welcome to Tiny Whoop Championship at I.O. in the Tiny Whoop tent. Today is finals day. We have the top 16 pilots from qualifying last night doing a double bracket elimination. Currently, we are waiting for all of our pilots to arrive. We had teams racing going on just a little while ago where some of our pilots were competing. They are now making their way over to the Tiny Whoop tent, getting registered for the race, and the race will be beginning shortly. As you can see, we are having a blast in the Tiny Whoop tent tonight. LED lights going. We've got everybody just enjoying themselves. We've got Jesse Perkins joining us for the chat.
That's right. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I just found out we're live. Finally. Thanks for being so patient. Like Liz may have said, the team race ran a little bit late.
We did.
But we're just signing all the pilots in. We also understand there is a horde of MultiGP fanatics walking across the field on their way to the Lady Luck. So it's going to get packed in here, and I have been getting complaints from the pilots that when there's a lot of human bodies in here, they can't quite fly. And they don't get the same video that we do on some of the you're going to get terrific video of everything going on. If they go blind because there's too many human bodies in the way, you're going to have no idea. And one of the things that makes this race special is there is absolutely no re-races for interference. This is a party environment, and if somebody gets in front of your whoop for whatever, if somebody goes behind me into those wacky, wavy, inflatable guys and just starts going like this, acting like one of them, and then intentionally spanks your whoop out of the air,
don't know what to tell you,
that's
boo.
your fault. That's
Yes.
absolutely your fault as a pilot. You're responsible for ducking and dodging all of the people that are going to be packing this room, and they are filling in. I think there's probably 40, 50 people here right now. Did Liz mention that Jake and Caleb, a.k.a. Jake being Jaws, the DRL pilot, is outside setting up an industrial grill, serving everybody steaks again. They've done this before.
They are amazing.
Over
oh
at
my
the
God, they're serving steaks tonight?
I think so. Last night it was pulled pork.
I love these boos so much.
It's extremely, around here at the Tiny Whoop tent, we give away free
What up,
gumballs,
Optimized
free
Drone?
snacks. We give away all the free drinks. All drinks are free all night, every night, 8 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Right, please make sure you stop by the Tiny Whoop
Hey,
tent if
what's
you
up,
are here at
Optimized?
I.O.
Yeah. If you're watching this and you're not here, that's just weird. Come on over. And when you get here, tell me sorry. That was weird.
Look at this AK in the chat already calling out. We got Rab, Agilis, T-Dog, and Hyper as the guests for the Final Four.
Interesting. AK, man, wish you were here. Do you see the competition in this room right now? And you might have even qualified for the top 16. And we would have all loved that very much. We miss you, dude, so next time, don't miss it. By now, you've probably seen some laps on the course and understand the kind of environment we're in, but it's just an epic place, and I feel so lucky to be here. We're going to pour some out for you and for a whole bunch of other friends later tonight.
Oh, yes.
But in the meantime, I actually came by here, Liz, to ask where the microphone is.
I have this one, and then Isaac took the wireless mic from me.
Perfect. All
so
right.
Isaac's got the wireless.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're just setting up to get the top 16 double elimination bracket, the finals of the MultiGP International Open Championship 2021 underway. So I'm going to go rock the mic for the people in this room for just a moment, let everybody know what's going on. We've got tons of spectators here, so I'm going to give them a little bit of a clue too. Hey, if you're out there watching, I just want to say I wish that you were here. I really do. We've got a lot of the FPV family together for the first time in years, and it's a really special experience.
Oh my gosh, this is fantastic.
To get to see friends like Liz.
Right?
I'm just going to say BDD, Agilis' wife, just showed up, and I couldn't believe Sean Dolan walked in. Oh my God.
Sean Dolan just likes to travel the country and pop up. You never know where you're going to see Sean Dolan.
He is an animal. He's an animal. All right, I'm going to dive off and let Liz yakety yak. I'll send someone over for you to interview. How about that?
Sounds great.
All right.
Send me somebody.
See you soon, guys.
All right. All right, so as we can see, we've got pilots all hanging around. We've got, who is that? That's Craven FPV. That is T-Dog right there, hanging out. We've got Seg in the background, getting ready for this amazing event we've got going on here at Tiny Whoop I.O.
On the 2 in less
Hey,
than
look at Rab. What's up, Rab? IGOW 3 competitors are representing hard here at I.O. this year. It has been great. Whether we are watching the World Cup, whether we are watching the freestyle competition, or whether you are here in the Tiny Whoop tent, we have gotten to meet a lot of the IGOW 3 competitors, and it has been so fantastic. Literally, as I'm sitting here saying this, I've got Apple 22, who, mind you, I've always called Apple 22, but he has told me today that it is Apple II, who is standing not very far from me. I've got Rue, you guys, standing not very far from me. The very, very first woman to ever make it into the World Cup. Do you guys understand how excited I am about this? She has placed 49th in the World Cup. It is so exciting. I cannot believe it. I'm so very proud of her. We need more women pilots who fly. We need you guys to be out there. We need you to be competing. Like, it's great. There's nothing to be scared of. You can compete with the dudes. Like, I'm at every single Tiny Whoop race, or at least major Tiny Whoop race. I compete with all the guys. I may not be the best, but you can still have fun while you're doing it. What up, Trey?
Hey guys, I'm gonna ask your help getting in touch with some of these pilots who are probably still chilling over at team racing, celebrating perhaps.
F7,
We're looking for some pilots. So if
We've
you're
got
friends with these
Hyper in
guys
the
and you have
house,
their
rocking
number and
his
your phone, shoot me
Freedom of
a
America,
message.
or Heart of America. Let me get that correct. Jersey. Hyper came in last night at 11 p.m. flying his AK bind and fly whoop for the very first time, and winds up 5th in qualifying.
We got lightning.
Hyper was just amazing. The Furby robot. So the Furby robots, Jesse makes them himself. He loves to dismantle a Furby and turn it into this, like, just amazing little creature. And if we could zoom in on his eyes well enough, you would be able to see that, I don't know if it's this Furby, but when we were at Whoop Wars Denver, he had a Furby whose one of the eyes was set up on FPV Link. We've got Whoops in the chat. Just flying in, saying hello. Yes, thank you, Diana. We need more FPV girls. What's up, OG? I wish you were here right now. I am so sad that you're not here. I miss you so much, boo.
E2, 71.30 seconds. Lap 3.
Look at AK. OG's here. I'm out. It was real. I hope you're having a good night out there in Arizona, AK.
Anytime, if you're thirsty, stop by the Lady Luck for all the drinks are free every day, 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Don't forget, after the main race tonight, we're doing some pretty fun games. The world famous Altitude Challenge, which will take your whoop away. Then we're going to consider building a quick little course for golf cart racing using some marker flags that I brought.
Oh my God, yes.
Give him
If
permission
you guys
to be
have
the
not come to
official
I.O., you don't even
golf
understand.
cart
So right
racing
now,
director and
Jesse
MC.
is sitting over
So if
here
you've got a
announcing
golf
how
cart
after
and you wanna race,
we get done with our championship race, we are
let's
going to
talk after
do
the main
golf
race.
cart
We're gonna
races.
start with the
You
double
guys,
elimination bracket
I
with 14
feel
races
like
total.
we are
So right after that, all
back
the
in
fun
college,
starts.
or maybe even high school. I don't know. Like, it depends upon when you have this just like wild, crazy time in your life.
60.82
But
seconds.
I.O. is the time for you to just like let loose and have a blast.
Come on, man. Shane.
No. It's
We're gonna forget it.
I said it's been going back and forth.
We're also pretty cool thing.
Gotta give a shout out to Costa Rica. Tell them they need to get their butts out here that we're drafting them all for next IO. Costa Rica.
All right.
They gotta get out here.
We've got a special shout out to Costa Rica. All Costa Rica FPV pilots, we need you guys to be on your grind. We are sending a huge shout out to all Costa Rican pilots. We want you at IO next year. I know that this year was a little bit crazy and it was a little hectic and we've had a lot going on with the pandemic and with all kinds of things, but IO 2022, we want everybody here. It needs to be an experience that everybody can enjoy, whether you're in Costa Rica, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in Asia. This is the place to be if you fly FPV. Who do we got going up right now? I don't have a name. Oh, I do have, nope, that's Craven. So we've got Craven FPV just kind of doing some laps around the crowd right now, showing off a little bit of the environment. Whoop, oh, we got a little bit of a bump there. That's okay, OG. You will be here next year. If iGal has to sponsor you next year, you will be here, OG. No, this race is actually on Hydra. So, download the Hydra app. You can totally participate with us during this race. You get to be able to bet on the pilots. You get to participate with us live. There's all kinds of fun to be had on Hydra. And you know what? I'm feeling in a very, very giving mood this evening. And I feel like I haven't sponsored anything in a while. So, Greg, how do you feel about keeping track and letting me know who is our top fan on Hydra tonight? Because whoever is our top fan, I will give you a free code to get yourself a shirt from FYScrafts.com.
40.98 seconds. Lap
Awesome. So, yes, top fan tonight, you will get yourself a code for a free shirt from FYScrafts.com. That is my website. I sell all kinds of different Whoop apparel along with jewelry and other fun goodies. So if you would like yourself some Whoop apparel and you would like yourself a free shirt, participate in Hydra tonight and the top person will get themselves a code.
Is Barry here? Barry qualified in 17th. Heads up, stop showing up so you can take the spot if you want if you're here.
Oh, heads up is not showing up for tonight's battle. We get somebody to step up into his place. Interesting.
We're probably going to get started pretty soon, so it looks like a no.
So that definitely does change our top 16 pilots because Hyper had placed in 5th, I believe. So that means we get to bring in Fairy FPV if we can get a hold of him. If not, I think we will then move to 18th place. So we will see on that. Jeff. Sorry, I didn't see that little F right there. Jeff FPV should take his place. I don't think Jeff FPV even attempted to qualify last night. So unfortunately, that is not an option. Yes, 49.749 seconds. Rab with the TQ. AK coming in with the stats. Haha, we've got safety third in the house. This race is going to be super crazy. I am so excited to see this. Like, for those of you that are not here, some of these pilots are 5-inch pilots who do not race whoops. And they came in here last night and they played down some heats. Oh, we've got Skittles FPV in the house joining us. Yep. So, as I was just saying, responding to OG's comment here, that this race is going to be nuts because we've had some 5-inch pilots such as Hyper who have come in with no FPV racing experience and just placed themselves in the top 5-10 pilots for this race tonight.
Yeah, heads up is not coming apparently though.
Oh.
So we have a fill-in for him. Ferry, if you're watching this, you can get here before we start. You can take the spot at 17th, but it looks like it's going to be DeBits.
Right, I was just saying, if we can't get a hold of Ferry in 17th, we're going to 18th, and that is DeBits. Mike Chen, who is here right now and ready to race.
Yep.
I see Gankman in the background. Do you want a mic, Gank?
Here, come take my spot, Gig.
Oh, Gank gets himself some headsets.
Someone's trying to give me COVID. What's going on?
What's up?
This is nice. I like this chair. I used to have one of these on my porch except for recline. So I go outside my screen porch and just chill out in the evenings.
Right, so fantastic.
What's up, Gio?
Right, if you don't know Gank,
This is Jeff.
right, this is optimized. Come right here and hang out, say hello.
What's up? Who's in the... Yeah, let's see some... we see comments here.
Right down to the bottom, we've got OG Dr. Love in the chat. We've got AK in the chat.
AK in the chat?
Yes.
Well, I thought AK should be here, right?
AK should be here. AK, why are you not here today?
Right? You may be a little tired from racing. All day.
You know? Just be hanging out, saying hello.
Right?
F7, 649.
Ah, we got a shout out for Gank.
Black 4.
What's up? Who's that?
Mr.
Oh, Rick James. What's up, Rick James? Ricky Peacock. What's going on, brother? See, I got my glasses on, but I'm not wearing them.
Right. How have you been enjoying I.O. so far?
It's been a blast. I spent a lot of time in the pits, like working on quads and stuff like that. But and I didn't practice the whoop course as much as I
So
wanted.
racers,
This was
we're going to
like
get started at
course. Like, these guys
11:30.
are
Hopefully
nuts. Some of
engineer
the lap
makes
times
it
that they're
here
putting
by
down, I
then
can't
because
wait to
he's
see
the
what they're
first
gonna do
Right.
here in the
And if he's
finals.
not
It's gonna
here,
be nuts.
we're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
sub
I
him
mean,
out.
like, I've gotten better at whoop racing. I'm definitely not on par with any of these guys.
You're probably still better than me, though. I think you're definitely driving, especially on this course, but y'all put it together. So,
Right. Well, actually, Skittles is the one that put it together, and he had it really fun and flowy in the beginning, and he was like, nah, we need something more technical. So then he adds in the corkscrew over there because he's like, oh, we need to get a little more technical.
that one right there got me.
Right.
Well, once. Well,
33.08
what got me, I think, the
seconds.
most was I kept forgetting I was flying a whoop, so I kept dropping my throttle a little too much.
Yeah.
But once my last pack, I finally got it down. And then I'm coming through to go up to this last gate, and my quad just descended like right in front of the bar. I was like, no.
Right. But no, the funniest thing was like after, because he was like putting it together, and then he was flying, and then he was putting it together, and he was flying.
Adjusting
you
a
know,
little
just
bit, trying to get
adjusting
the flow,
things.
yeah.
Seconds.
And
Lap
he was
7.
like, and that was when he was like, oh, well, we need something more technical. And I was like, all right, okay, well, just do whatever.
32.76
And then once he got it
seconds.
together,
Lap 9.
I flew it, and I hit this back corner with the descending gates with the spirals into that like hyperdrive.
Yeah.
And I was like, seriously, you needed something more technical than that?
Well, I hit the wall once, and I ended up like stuck underneath the mat. And I was like, okay, well, there's one battery.
Right.
And then the second one, I think I ended up like under the tunnel, like trapped. Because it's a hexagonal tunnel, I ended up like trapped underneath one of the edges.
Oh,
and then this one over here, the mirror tunnel, is the one that got me the
Because
worst.
it's got this bend in it.
Well, I can't see the kink until
Yeah.
like it's too late, and so you almost have to know it's there and turn in it because
you got to know your exact
and then-
length on it.
And then it was upside down, and I couldn't tell I was upside down because I'm like, why am I not moving? And I tried to turtle mode, and then I thought I had turtled over, but I didn't completely make it.
Yeah.
But it just shifted my angle, so in the mirror tunnel, it just looked like it.
Hey, it says, what up,
S7,
We Bleed Whoop Series
63.86
pilot? It's
seconds.
nice to
Lock
see
in.
you all from Huff 19.
What's up, Hub 19? How you doing? Yeah, Wheatley, big sponsor of Whoop Racing, all of
Oh
the
my-
United States.
For real.
Huge. Check out WeBleedFPV.com. They're awesome.
They are amazing. And if you are in the upper New York area, Syracuse to be exact, Whooptropolis will be opening soon.
All right, so at
Oh, I saw the
11:30, all
preview.
pilots
Yeah,
come
that
up to
looks
the
freaking
start gates here
badass.
and
I'm
go
so
over
jealous.
some
Oh my God,
basics
I
about the
cannot
racing.
wait.
I want my pole
Get
barn.
started.
I want my pole
If you
barn
could-
like
if you haven't
now,
switched
so I
gears,
can
Right.
sound stuff inside of it.
And
check that out
if
on
you're in the
Hydra or on
upper
this
East
beautiful
Coast area
bracket
and
here
you
posted
cannot
on the,
wait to fly your drones,
Miss
and
Pac-Man
Whooptropolis is
machine.
not yet open, head over to Drone Zone, New Jersey. They will hook you up on some flight and hanging out and help you with building drones.
E2,
Say hello to Diane and
120.71
Jack.
seconds.
They are a
Lock
great
10.
group of people.
Who we got practicing right now?
That looks like Uric
Uric FPV.
going through here. So we've got the corkscrew that comes in here. This was the more technical part of the track that Dan said he needed to add.
So here's the
But-
mirrored tunnel we were just talking about. Like I said, you have to go in there and knowing where that kink is and turn, otherwise you're in trouble.
Right?
But so then you got the high-speed battery burner pass all the way down and all the way back right before the
Right.
start-finish gate.
30.43 seconds. Lap
And to
11.
be honest, the multiple loops got me more than once, where I'd get all the way through and I'd hit one of the last
Yes.
hoops, and it just like because it's descending as you're
Right.
going through.
Yeah, so you got the spiral of lights, you've got the descending gates. There's been more than one time I've done the exact same thing. I make it through the first 5-6 gates, and then that last gate, boom, bounce off of it, shoot out the
Well, and then
side.
you got to figure out what. Yeah, and then if you end up against the tarp, you're like screwed because of the Whoop vacuum that just
Oh, yeah.
sucks you against any wall.
Oh yeah, the track is amazing, AK. I
E2,
feel like
35.82
Skittles
seconds. Lap
took
12.
a lot of inspiration from an AK track to create this. Like,
He channeled his inner AK
right?
while he was designing
Totally
it.
channeled it.
There's that mirrored tunnel again. That thing is such a freaking freak out
It
for
is.
me when you're flying.
Um,
These guys just go through it just like hyper speed fast.
It's amazing. Yeah, and comptroller. So there is I believe
E2,
everybody
30.01
here is
seconds.
flying
Lap 13.
brushless. Is there anybody here flying brushless?
I don't
No?
think. Does anybody even own
All
a brush
right.
anymore? I've got
We got
two
about
that I brought
7
that like
minutes.
buried in my
Everyone
get
bags. But
If you're
prepared.
Oracle FPV or
All
JV
pilots
FPV,
get on your
you
channels.
rock brush until
We
you're
will
dead.
be going
Yeah.
over the basics of the race and then
I
get
can't
started.
do it. The brushless feels so much better.
The brushless does feel better. And the biggest thing about the brushless is the fact that you have the ability to turtle mode. And that's a big thing because even though here at Tiny Whoop IO, you have the ability to have marshals who are going to flip you, the majority of your marshals are pretty intoxicated.
Towards the end of the night, very intoxicated, matter of
Very
fact.
intoxicated.
It's not just a little.
So getting them to actually pay attention to the fact that your drone is upside down is a feat in itself.
And if you're lucky and you land on a hard surface and you're able to turtle mode, we still have a little bit of grass to contend with inside here because we are in a tent set up outside. So
Oh, yes.
the grass, I got turtled over one time and then the grass got me. I got stuck underneath one of the unicorns over here and I couldn't figure out which one it was. And then I ended up being on top of the unicorn upside down. So
Oh, no.
yeah, this track is super awesome.
Bear
Jesse.
himself says, no way they're running brushed.
No, not any of these guys. I
don't
don't
think
believe
so.
There may have been some brush people that were zipping around during quals or during
Right,
practice, open practice and stuff.
Ooh, I just felt that firework.
Right? At least it wasn't in here.
Right? I'm just waiting for the fire in the cornfields.
Oh, jeez, let's hope not. We've had enough rain. Hopefully the corn's pretty moist.
Right.
I did hear about some melting tents over at.
Actually, probably going to get
The
started
R-word.
in about 5 minutes.
Ooh.
right.
We're going to do the introduction and then go over the track real briefly and then actually start racing. So
Awesome.
hopefully before midnight we'll be into it. We'll see what happens.
We'll be finished by sunup.
Right? Hey, we'll get there.
Racing shouldn't take that long because there's only 14 to 19 heats max. And we should be able to go through it
Are we
pretty
doing
quick.
chase ace or no?
Chase ace just in the finals.
Just in the finals. Okay, so that
Double elimination bracket before that.
Okay.
Top two
Also,
advanced,
we
bottom
still got some
two.
amazing
We had a
talent.
question
What?
you might be able to answer. Is anybody flying brushed tonight?
I don't think so. Dio was doing some qual runs with brush, but I think everyone is brushless. He's running brushless tonight.
All right, so it
Awesome,
seems like
awesome.
everybody is brushless tonight.
542.01
5
seconds.
minutes away,
Lap
guys.
5.
I hope you guys are tuned in. Say hi in the chats.
Yes.
I want to see hashtag gank.
Yes, hashtag gank.
Where's the hashtag
Let's
gank
do
in
it.
there? Those now the freaking flailing inflatable flailing arm guys.
We got
Those
hyper.
those guys are like they will pop down in front of you at the wrong
Oh
moment.
my God, you have to time that so well because
Yeah,
you're sitting there thinking that you're like, oh, I got this, and then as soon as you hit that gate, boom, he's down.
All right, here's
Arm
Hyper
in your
warming
face.
up, fresh off the team track.
Oh my God,
Heart
yes.
of America with a what are they calling a technical win right now?
Technical
so
win,
they
okay.
have to do the reviews and all that stuff tonight.
Yeah, I was like,
So-
I know.
and they
when
were
we
up by
watching-
quite a few laps, so there would have to be a lot of mistakes in order to for them to lose.
Right,
So-
because I was going to say, when we were watching their stream earlier, they were ahead by quite a bit.
yeah, they were.
With the lost drone in
it-
second place.
Now they did lose
Lap
every
6.
at the almost every caution. They ended up losing a couple of laps because of a thing here or a thing there. There were some laps traded around. They were actually up. I think they ended up getting docked like 10 or 12 laps throughout some of the
Ooh.
cautions, and they
Okay.
still kept coming ahead. Evan and Hyper and Amari and the guys. They just
Right.
Ladies and
they were
gentlemen, I
putting
think
in
it's
work.
time
You're talking about like
to
a group
begin.
of DRL pilots.
The Tiny Whoop International Open of
Potentially,
MultiGP
right?
IO
Right.
2021.
Isn't that the goal?
If we could
That
get all of
is.
the pilots to come over to this
As
general
we are
area.
talking about Hyper, there he is,
There,
walking
yep.
behind us.
He lost his quads.
Uh-oh.
There he is.
Hashtag gank from AKFBB.
Oh, what's up? Thank you very much, AK. Shout out. I love it.
Oh, Hyper looks to be back in the air. We're good to go. Rocking that AK bind and fly. Oh,
Hyper,
Hyper.
how you liking the track? Just say hi.
First track is pretty wild.
Oh, am I in the beer?
Oh no! Whoop! There we go. Hashtag T-Dog,
No matter what,
yes.
in all cases, if there's something crazy and intentional, like if it's sabotage, like another pilot spikes you out of the air, I mean, that's one thing, okay?
87.36 seconds.
Another thing I want to
Lap 7.
mention,
E2,
video issues. I understand that there's been a little bit of a video
179.63
issue
seconds.
depending on punching through human beings trying to get to that corner over there. There's gonna, when it comes to re-races due to video issues, they're gonna be extremely minimal, probably none at all in the next 14 races that make up this double elimination bracket. In those cases, Dan Sagano, the godfather of iGout, is in charge of judging all those situations, and I've asked him to say no to pretty much any of them. Obviously, there's a couple circumstances
I love it.
where we may need a re-race. Dan is a terrific judge, and obviously, me, Dan, and the other 6 volunteers here, all we want is the pilots to love this race and feel like it was fair and the best man won. That's our goal, and we're willing to prove that to you. So consider that a challenge. If you think there's something we could do better, we really want to do that.
F2,
But when it comes to moving this race
45.00
along, it's
seconds.
looking
Lap
like we're not going to do. If we start to fall down the rabbit hole of re-races due to a little bit of human body blockage that caused some video interference over there, we may not get far. So yeah, you can stand wherever you want. That's going to slow us down in terms of wrangling pilots and getting thumbs up. So work with our volunteers like Dan and Isaac to make sure they can see you thumbs up. Maybe even tap them and say, I'm going over there for the thumbs up in a minute. That might help move things along. The goal is to bang this out pretty quickly without re-races. So far we've done that, I think, almost every single time at Tiny Whoop International Open. And I also just want to say thank you to every one of these pilots who has accommodated the MultiGP's tardiness with the team race. Once again, they ran way over, power outages, and I have no problem accommodating those guys. I love MultiGP. And by the way, I've said it a ton, but MultiGP paid for all the transport of all of this stuff to come from Colorado. It's a gigantic bill. It's super generous, and MultiGP deserves the credit for pumping the resources into this to keep the culture alive during difficult years. So mad props to MultiGP. From here, I'm going to hand it over to the godfather of iGao, Dan Sagano. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be your race director. Put your hands together.
All right, everyone, you finally ready to get this going? All right, so let's do some basic overview of the racing. Slightly different than qualifying. You're going to start on this block thing here. These little lights, if for some reason you don't like being on the plastic, you sit on the wood behind, but not in front. And so for the start, everyone paying attention, all pilots. At the start of the race, you must launch all the way down, all the way across the tent and around the pole, right to left. Far pole, this one, all the way around it. And then you come all the way back and you hit the hexagon gate, just like at the end of the lap. And then you go to the fire gate to start your lap. You have to do that off the launch. That's the beginning of the race, and everyone has to do that. There's no doing the short circle this time. Okay, it's the Ring of Fire start finish gate. Okay, then obviously from there, we're going all the way into the regular track that we ran yesterday. If anyone has any questions about that, you're gonna be screwed. So, then we're gonna do 3 laps. So you do the full launch, then 3 complete laps back to the start finish. 3 laps. 3 laps we're running from qualifies from about 25 to about 50 seconds. So and there's no marshalling. If a quad goes down next to you, do not attempt to flip it over. Let other people, definitely do not run in the track. We don't want to be dealing with, oh, he picked up my quad and I ran into him, blah, 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 any of that shit. No marshalling. Leave that shit on the ground. All right. Anyone have any questions? Oh, you can turtle. Oh, yourself? No. You can't go run out there. We're not dealing with people getting in the way of other people. Only turtle mode. If you're... No flipping over. No marshalling. We're just... No, turtle mode is fine. You can turtle yourself if you have turtle mode, but no running over to pick up your quad. Don't pick up a different quad even if it crashes next to you. You can obviously move away, but don't help the other people out, all right? But try to keep this as fair as possible on that type of stuff. All right, so we've got everyone on their channels already. We have the first 4 brackets set up, and then it breaks out into a double elimination. The top 2 from each round move on, and the winners and the bottom 2 drop into the lower bracket. If you are in the bottom 2 a second time, then you're out. And only chase the ace in the final. Iron Man is active for the TQ Rab. If Rab wins every single heat, he can't just advance. He has to finish in first in every single heat and the first chase the ace. Then he automatically wins. If not, it's a standard chase the ace after that. All right, let's get this started. No marshalling whatsoever. Don't flip quads over.
Trying to figure it out and get it.
So I've got Tiny Whoop Go on the computer at home, so I'll just let him go with that because that's the easiest one to learn, and we can play it in the house once he's done. I actually
we're gonna start
Tiny Whoop gates set up in the house.
5 minutes. Everyone, make sure you're on your right channel. Everyone, make sure you got a fully charged battery. Your quad works. It arms. Your cameras and shit, whatever. You're gonna plug in and then go sit down. Oh, and instead of thumbs, I'm going to ask for objections. I'm going to wait 3 to 5 seconds. If I don't hear an objection, then we're going to run the race. Craven, thank you for that idea.
Next match. T-Dog on F7. Enginner on F2. Craven FPV on E2. Lane Bane on E6.
When we were like setting up,
We replaced heads up with 18. You weren't here. Do you want to? I know he wants to fight. So you qualify for that. Where's Mike? To bits.
So we've
Where
had
are
some
you?
craziness going on today, and earlier today we had a lot of wind going on. And right now, like if you attend Tiny Whoop and you come to IO, you will notice Tiny Whoop is the only tent that actually gets walls. And so during the day, we'll have it closed off 100%. And around 6:37 p.m. this evening, we had a lot of wind and we had a lot of rain coming in, and we were really nervous.
Yeah, I packed up. I was back at the RV lot. I was working on a quad, so we packed up all my laptop, everything. Then it kind of sprinkled a little bit on and off. What's up, Jesse? You want to jump in? You got a microphone right here, buddy. Do you want my chair? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, I'm going to let off and get Jesse in here, the man behind the Tiny Whoop.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
All right. Hey, yes, with a Wolfpack shirt. Wolfpack shirt. Yes.
All right, 5 minutes. We're starting in 5 minutes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? This is Jesse P. I'm just sitting down in the little announcer's lounge over here. Are we calling it the lounge?
We are calling it the lounge.
You look cozy.
I
Cozying
do.
up to that pillow.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm wearing my Drone Zone shirt as well.
Don't play Drone Zone, New Jersey, as I've said. We have Whooptropolis from the #1 FPV sponsor for at least the last year, right?
Yeah.
We believe FPV does not play.
They don't play.
No, not at all.
You know,
So,
let's shout out a handful of small businesses because,
let's check them out.
to be honest, I've owned TinyWhoop.com, and I've been the Tiny Whoop guy for 5, 6, 7 years now. 6, I guess. And during that time, there's a huge distinction that's come out to me between companies that are existing to supply parts to the Tiny Whoop community, and in some cases take advantage, and in many cases lie on labels and do everything they can in terms of marketing and false hype to get sales out of the community. There's also a class of businesses that are here to be a part of the community.
Yes.
And that regularly host races, and they love their people and they treat their local people like a family. And I'd like to at least shout out maybe 6 of those right now.
Oh, yes.
First of all, Full Send FPV in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, my God.
They
Full
love-
send.
They're an amazing business, and they host, I think, 3 weekly events in their shop, and they have an amazing family of pilots there.
I was going to say, we got Full Send FPV.
Yeah, we're looking at a Full Send FPV
We're
shirt.
looking at a Full Send FPV
Yo,
shirt.
Dave, come here.
Come here.
Oh, wait, he might be living right now.
No, it's okay.
I just want to show off your shirt to the people here.
Full Send. We're literally talking as we speak about.
There it is, Full Send FPV. Love these guys.
Check them out. Check them out.
This is Slippy Dave, local pilot from Colorado, also traveled out. So thank you so much.
So yes, if you are in the Denver area, Full Send FPV is one of the very few places that you can go that is 100% dedicated to FPV. They've got this huge, wonderful place,
but there
amazing
are a couple,
gates.
There are a couple of other places that are 100% dedicated.
Well, that's why I
to
said
FPV.
one of the few.
Yeah, let me tell you about them. In addition to Full Send FPV, who I want to shout out in a major way, if you're taking notes, these are the businesses that deserve your money.
Yes.
And by the way, I'm not affiliated with them. I own TinyWhoop.com. I'm a proud owner of that, all that establishment. But the community needs support.
It does,
And the business community also. People
yes.
like Full Send FPV. Next, I'm going to just mention We Bleed FPV.
We Bleed.
Who makes this incredible gate right here, and like Liz was saying, has been an insanely generous sponsor of many, many events, both before the pandemic and during the pandemic, and of course nowadays as well. He sent us a fat care package, and it just means the world to me. Jeff, I really wish you could be here, Zotek. You deserve to be a part of this environment right now because
do.
it's getting packed in here. The bar is popping off. This is your scene, man. You'd be raging here. Just in case you're watching right now.
Do you see those people
Yeah.
enjoying the Lady Luck?
Yeah, and there's me.
Hey!
Hi, over here. So that's us over there. There's a little bit of space between us and the crowd, which is amassing. You can see Steele Davis over there on the
Right.
left. Several other celebrities. You know, when you chill with the Lady Luck, you're chilling with FPV celebrities and you're watching some of the best drone racing in the world. We just finished. Oh, let me finish talking about these companies. So
Yes.
I'm just going to list them off. Full Send FPV, hardcore member of the community. Zotec and We Bleed FPV, an incredible supporter of the community, someone who's not here to take advantage but really wants to help. We've also got Rec Drones in Arizona,
Oh my
amazing supporter of the Tiny Whoop community in general, but also hosts of some of the best races in the world. And let's just shout out Drone Zone. Hold
Drone
on. Get
Zone,
ready.
baby.
I'm going to do this nice and slow for the people at home. Oh,
Drone
you're kind
Zone,
of upstaging me right now.
New Jersey.
Yep, because it's glow night for the second time. Drone Zone is here, and you
I
guys
don't
see,
have my crown right now. Oh no.
that's a shame.
That
you
is a
guys
shame.
see that tunnel behind me made of flagging tape?
Yes.
It's a major course feature here. It was created by Drone Zone. They came in from New Jersey, drove overnight, and showed up to build that incredible course feature. And it looks great. They also supplied one of the wacky, wavy, inflatable arm guys behind us, which are just super silly to me. Every time I look at them, people come in and just start smiling. And there's also a baby who you'll see on the course.
Right?
A
Just
baby, wacky, wavy,
little
inflatable
baby
arm
guy.
guy.
And the wacky wavy guys are the best because it's like it's a total course like obstacle. Like they're there, they're fun, they're cute. But as you're going around, I don't know how well you can see. So we have this one gate right here that you can see.
There's two gates, yeah.
And as you loop through this gate and come around this pole that you can see, there's another gate that
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
quite see that sits behind my chair.
Right behind the chair.
Right? And so this purple guy that's kind of flipping back and forth that you can see how he's leaning. Oh yeah, he leans. That guy likes to lean right in front of that second gate.
So the thing that's magical about this section of the course is you could be Rab, you could be AK, I know you're watching, you
Right.
could be a G-less. These people are used to getting to know a safe line
Yes.
and maximizing that line. There's no safe line in this section. You have to negotiate the changes that are happening here. And so far, to my surprise, a lot of these top pilots are rolling. Ooh, there's cheers over there. A lot of these top pilots are kind of rolling the dice. They found a comfortable slot, a comfortable curve to take on these and this dynamic course feature, and they're kind of chancing it. And many of them are getting spanked, which is kind of interesting because this is a silly race. This is not. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is the Tiny Whoop International Open
Oh my gosh,
2021.
yeah.
We will crown the International Tiny Whoop champion here today.
Tonight,
But this is true Tiny Whoop culture.
right?
And it's got elements of silliness like this. It's
Right?
not all drill sergeant. It's
not.
It's not incredibly serious. And we know that because of elements like this, there's a chance that Chance will have a chance to make a change.
right? Oh no,
So-
I'm sure. If you know who I am, you know who FPV Skittles is. And FPV Skittles has been saying many and many times tonight that he hopes that the little wacky wavy guys knock a few of our top competitors
Hold
out
on.
so that
Hold
he
on.
can make his way to.
We're now getting ready to launch.
Wait.
Oh, okay. I thought we were about to launch round number 1. Oh, yeah. They're announcing the pilots.
We
you
are.
can see them getting ready next to the Furbies.
Look at
You
them
see
go.
our Spirit Cat on the upper right of your
Craven
screen.
FPV on E2.
I see
Lane
Tanner
Bang on
Rush, the
E6.
current Tiny Whoop International Open champion
Sitting
of
here
the world.
defending his title.
Oh, look, there's Flyboy walking by with the green shades.
Right, our baby of the bunch to this
Don't
evening.
call him. Nobody likes to be called the baby of the bunch.
We've got Hyper sitting there with his Heart of America jersey.
Yeah, he just got fresh off the team race.
All right, let's get some tiny whoop.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen,
All right.
for the launch
Oh my
of
God.
the main race.
Jesse, a 5-inch course like this. Look at this. Chainsaw FPV says we need a 5-inch course.
If you got a
Tiny
couple million
whoop
bucks, I'll make it
style.
happen. If you got a couple million bucks, I'll make it happen. I don't predict that'll happen this decade, but maybe. All right.
Wait,
we're getting
wait.
Standby pilots. We're getting a slight delay. I see a lot of the pilots are sitting just next to me. You'll see them in the
Yes,
wide
they
shot in
will.
just a moment.
All sitting right here on 4 chairs directly in front of us. I love this.
So in this first heat, we're going to do a little bit of introduction to this course. I think a lot of the people watching us right now are not familiar with this epic course, and
I
there's
don't
some
think so.
amazing course features. Like you can see me right there.
Oh,
We're live right now. Here we go,
okay, let's go.
and they are
Off.
off. What a launch! Oh,
Oh, we got a drone
we got
down
a drone
in front.
down right here. He's back up, no problem. So. Have a look at the upper left of your screen. Engineer currently finishing his lap around the room and through the timing gate. He's going to go over the crowd and into the toilet bowl, upper left of your screen. Hard right into the deadlock tunnel through the wacky wavy inflatable arm, guys. He gets
Ooh,
spanked
we
to
got
the
cranked
ground, but he's
down.
back up. Now he's going into the drone zone tunnel, spit out and into the corkscrew of BBT gates made by my pal, Dean Nicholson. Wish you were here. We're going to weave between the unicorns through the mirror tunnel, up over the top through a few more BBT gates, and it's time to hit the hyperdrives at the top of the room over the party where people are being served at the Lady Luck. From there, it's going to be a slight error for Engineer. He's going to make another tour around the entire room, hit that hex gate right there, and turn into the start-finish gate.
52.23
Epic lap for
seconds.
Engineer,
Lap 2.
currently in first
Craven
place. He's made it through the toilet bowl again and into the
53.65
deadlock
seconds.
section.
Lap 1.
He's going to hook
T-Dog,
down through,
27.13
made it
seconds.
through
Lap
the
2.
wacky wavy. We need a new name for that section.
We
It's
do.
too long. I can't
Wacky
say
wavy's
that.
too much.
It's too long to say every time. Corkscrewing now, Engineer currently in first place. Busted a 52.2 on his first lap. Not bad at all.
T-Dog came over the 27.1. Did we have something mess up there?
We did. That's an error. So T-Dog did not pull a 27-second lap. But look, Engineer's down, parked on the ground. A lot of nerves in the first race, and sometimes that's going to get to you. Might give Lanebane and Craven a little bit more
Lanebane,
time, or a little bit more
41.51
breathing
seconds.
room.
We've got
Lap 2.
Engineer Air who just stood up because we've got a drone
FPV,
down
43.7
on
seconds.
He's
Engineer
trying to get
Air.
out of the grass, but
T-Dog,
that is an obstacle. Look at
38.27
this.
seconds.
Uh-oh.
Lap 3.
Okay, I'm watching Craven, Tiny Whip Team Tiny Whip sponsored pilot, headed into the deadlock and
I
back
feel
into the
like I should
wacky
go help
wavies.
him.
You can't help anybody. There's no marshalling here.
Oh, no marshals. Oh, I want to help him so bad.
Craven FPV, Team Tiny Whip pilot, currently in first place, hailing from Costa Rica here at the International Open. A little bit of a spank right there, and Lanebane has the chance to. Well, let's see what happens. I can't quite. I'm trying to hear some details, and I'm struggling, ladies and gentlemen. But what a course! Shout out in the comments. Come on, give us some feedback, and shout out your favorite pilot who's here in the race. We're looking at some of the best Tiny Whip talent in the world, flying one of the best courses that's ever been created. Craven FPV down again and up again, flies past Chris Thomas through the giant hex gate. Start-finish gate is going to be a first place
60.94 seconds.
for
Finished 3
Craven
laps in
FPV,
158.37 seconds.
hailing from Costa Rica,
Right, we
a
got-
world traveler.
Ooh, we got Lanebane coming in and finishing up his final lap. Coming through that last gate, hitting the start finish, and that is our conclusion of race number 1.
So that is match number 1 of about 14 races we're going to be having here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They will get better and better, tighter and tighter, and you can see we've got great video. We never had any video issues on your screen that time, and that's how it's been throughout the event so far, but there is a couple of times where pilots will choose a place to sit, have a goggle or have a video receiver module on their head and get blocked by the crowds. I've made it crystal clear to all the competitors here today that the people in this party are your problem.
Oh,
You are
yes.
not theirs. And if anybody gets
They
in your
are
way,
yours.
if anybody gets in your way for any reason, it is your fault. I sort of gave the disclaimer, if a competitive pilot jumps into the course and spanks you out of the air, we're going to have a problem with that. But in 99.9% of the cases, if you have contact with a partier Hey, Chris, there goes. Oh, I'm tempted to call in Chris Thomas right now. Oh, he might make a little spank. Oh, hey, Chris, sneak in the back. Come here. Oh, he's going to sit down, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the comment. Can you hear me all right? Oh, now you can hear me. Welcome to the Commentators Lounge. Chris Thomas, owner, creator of MultiGP, the greatest drone racing community on planet Earth, and also the reason that we were able to create this epic course. You have put so much generosity into keeping this culture alive, and tonight is a testament to that. Thank you so much for everything you've done. And how to go over at team racing?
Team racing was awesome.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
I'm a huge fan of team racing because in most racing, because the duration is so short, no matter what you're feeling, whether you're happy, you're sad, frustrated, you can bottle it up, right? You can keep it in.
Yep.
But at team racing,
it gets emotional.
Oh, you can't hide it. And that's the best part. Even if you're not racing, even if all you're doing is working, you really get to see that raw emotion.
Yeah, a lot of it.
And I love it.
Yeah, me too. And that's what people are here for.
Yep.
So, team racing was epic. It ran a little late. It has before. We don't mind at all.
That was
nobody
actually
cares.
Really great. We've had team races go far later than that. I mean, it's tough because the technology that we're using really should be very expensive and robust. But in order to make it happen within reason, we got to use what we can. So I mean, we're using coffee cans soldered to like plumbing parts from Home Depot. But I mean, that's what we got to do.
Well, yeah. I mean, MultiGP, like I say, has been a part of been sort of one of the father figures in the FPV family for a long time. And we've made a lot of this happen through the relationships. And you know as well as I do, it's the community members that make this happen. There's an elite team of volunteers that come together here. And MultiGP, this is our 4th year. Yep. I'm proud to brag that I have hosted Tiny Whip races at every single one of them. They've gotten better and better every year. They're going to be even better next year. And if you're watching at home, don't miss next year. First of all, I barely, but I do, forgive you for missing this event. I want you to see this scene because, here in the Tiny Whip tent, we've got the Lady Luck, the world's greatest FPV drone sports bar.
Absolutely.
And during the team race, this place was packed with people screaming at the team. We had your voice, we had the Joe and Charlie voices on the loudspeaker. We got the TV screen behind the bar. Everybody's jumping because I don't remember, Noical, I think, was doing that roll through the rise gate. And he had an epic crash in the middle of that roll, which is by far the fastest way to handle it. Awesome moments. I'm not a sports freak, but I am today. I am at the MultiGP IO.
Well, I mean, Jesse, you and I have been around in the FPV world since the very beginning, right? I remember meeting you and the rest of the Big Whoop game, right? Before it was Tiny Whoop, it was the Big Whoop.
Yeah.
All right, round number 2. So to watch it evolve and to go on this adventure, do some of the amazing things. I think back to Drone House 1, right, where Tiny Whoop was born.
Yep,
and
exactly.
I was racing back then.
Yeah, that was fun with your claw grip.
Yeah. You guys still make fun of me.
It's starting to sound like we may have. Oh nope. Looks like we're going to stand by. We're going to stand by for just a second. We're about to start heat number 2. You can see we switched to the screen. Have a look at the launch cam right there. We have the Spirit Cat on the upper right, naked and afraid. Furby on the left right there. That wire hanging out of his ear is actually the tummy tickle activator. If you want to tickle his tummy, just pinch that wire and your fingers will create a conduction and he will react and he will like it. It'll actually affect how his personality grows.
All right. So a lot of money riding on this match, right?
Tons of cash. We can't really talk about it. Let's just say huge stacks of Benjamins happening right here.
There we go.
Getting ready for match 2. Looks like we got FPV Skittles, Agilis, Uric, and G-Man. This is going to be an epic race.
Be a hot one.
Skittles, the godfather of FPV. Oh, wait. He's currently rocking the mic right next to me. He's going to stand right there and fly while we commentate this race. And we've also got Team Tiny Whip sponsored pilot Agilis, an incredible pilot in this round. He will be one to watch, likely going to win this one. Hey, shout out to Props Off who said my name. Oh, cheers, Jesse Perkins. Awesome, dude. Cheers back to you.
Cheers.
We're going live in less than 5. Here we go. Love this launch cam.
Furby's excited.
Boom, they are off. 3 of these, 3 of the 4 off. We got one G-Man chilling on the block. A lot of traffic for FPV Skittles up there. That was Agilis making the pass. He's already through the toilet bowl into the deadlock feature and now negotiating the wacky wavy inflatable into the drone zone tunnel. He's already spit out, I can barely say it fast enough, through the cyclone on the upper left of your screen. Check it out, between the unicorns and into the mirror tunnel. He's already hitting the gates at the top of the room, up to the hyperdrive, and we're going to get ready to spin around the entire party one more time on Agilis' screen. He's going to do an extra double back to make sure he hit that right. And that is 1 lap for Agilis. Skates across the room over the crowd, toilet bowl, and back into the deadlock tunnel. You guys get the idea. And there he finds a little bit more lap traffic. Agilis, a champion in Tiny Whoop Go, now crossing the course, lapping some of these other top 16 champions just as fast. Meanwhile, check out FPV Skittles, the godfather of iGo, on the upper right of your screen, headed through the wacky, wavy, inflatable arm section, narrowly avoids getting spanked to the ground.
26.86 seconds. Lap 2.
That can't be right. 26? I'm looking at Agilis' time saying 26. Maybe he did.
He's moving, that's for sure.
I can't believe the way this guy's brain even works. Chris, do you love how we've incorporated the unicorns into the course this year?
Those things have a lot of history here at IO.
Yeah, and I want to. Oh no, Agilis goes down. Crash flip. Can he save it? He needs to calm down and regather right now. He's back in the air. He came out from behind the bar at the Lady Luck and enters the hyperdrive at the top of the room. He's going to spin around the entire room, still currently hurting first place through the timer gate, and that's going to do it for him. First place for Agilis' first race tonight.
You know you got to leave when you can crash like that. Flip over, get back in,
chill out,
and still win it.
And look, now we're going to get a good look at him. Thumbs up. Look at that scruffy guy. On the left there, his wife, Nicole, just showed up to spectate. We weren't expecting her, just like we weren't expecting Kalara.
Yeah.
So
what a race.
That was epic. You know, this event has had people that weren't going to show up and then see it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people saw Joe Scully's rendition of Glory, Glory, Hallelujah, dedicated to my mother, and just came across the country, shows up here at this event. I would have done it if I missed it. So
it's nice to get things back to normal, right? And IO is part of, best described, I heard, with this event as summer camp for adults.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people come, 300 people come here from around the world, and a lot of them are like, just like me. They show up. Their excuse for taking this trip is quadcopters and possibly going pro and testing your limits of your brain as a racing pilot. But the real reason is the people and the scene here. It's a special thing. And MultiGP actually just launched Women MultiGP. The new Women's MultiGP League was a surprise to me. They kept it secret. I guess it was some sort of top secret, but you guys
very top secret.
Launched it yesterday. I'm dying to get a T-shirt. And the entire effort of that enterprise is to point out that the gift of flight and the gift of our community is absolutely not gender specific. And right now, there's slightly more men in the hobby than there are women. And that's never felt right to me or to anybody, obviously. They're MultiGP working hard to create an environment that's just incredibly friendly and open and allows women to come into the sport without, any problems at all. And I really appreciate the support that you put into that. Because like I say, to get the flight, it doesn't, to me, I never understood. I get that like guys are into video games more, maybe guys are into tinkering more. I'm not trying to make sexist claims right now live on the internet. But I don't get how the gift of flight is not obviously enjoyable to anybody, no matter who you are, guy or girl, young or old. And even if it were somehow, the gift of the community itself is a delight for all genders, all ages. So I really appreciate that effort that you guys just launched. And great job keeping it a secret from me, because I thought you told me everything.
That might have just slipped. I might have not been allowed to say anything.
That's all right.
Not quite sure what happened right there.
That's
but
all right.
It's something that I think we do need to make an effort to change. I know I've got daughters at home, and I hope to one day see them out here racing.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it looks like Agilis got first. Second was Uric. Skittles. Oh, we got Steelman. Oh, hell yeah. I didn't even notice. We got some peeps. Check it out. Steel Davis chilling right there.
Next match.
I hope we get more randos sneaking in behind us.
Let's see if we can get him here on the
Let's let him call one.
Call one?
Do you remember when he called DR1?
Yeah, he actually did a really good job. I was
That's
very
what I'm
impressed.
talking about, yeah.
That was a good time.
2017, I think, at Sepulchre Dam in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
And then we did another race. We did an FPV challenge. Remember that? At a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
We were competing to eat.
Oh, no, it was not Tiny Whoop. It was third-person camera.
Yep.
And you hold like a celery stick, and you got FPV goggles on, and you get a third-person view, and you got to shove the celery stick into your friend's mouth. And I think we put goggles on them too for some reason. That didn't even make sense.
It didn't make any sense.
That was hilarious.
And all the people at that restaurant thought we were crazy.
Yeah. Hey guys, get ready for heat number 3: Hyper, Flyboy, T-Dub, and Fairy.
No marshalling.
All right, so that's a pretty good lineup here.
Meanwhile, the Lady Luck is getting pretty busy. That means these pilots are going to be trying to punch their video signal through more bodies. This will not be fair.
Hey, it is what it is.
I mean, nobody has the same situation as anybody else a few minutes ago in a living, breathing, dynamic environment like this one.
Well, you can at least say that every pilot in the heat has the same situation in the heat. So,
what do you mean?
Well, I mean, even though there may be more people here now, everyone in this particular heat has to deal with it.
Absolutely.
So first, second, third, and fourth shouldn't change. It just may be a little bit different than what they might expect.
Exactly. And we don't have ground stations here. People are using their own receiver antennas. And that means that some of these guys are putting on patches. But when I was flying in here, it really wasn't that big of a deal. And we've gotten really minimal complaints about the video. All of them simply come from human bodies that are winding up in between. So
now I'm surprised to not see Ferry on the line, because he was at the team race earlier and he was adamant that he needed to get over to here.
Oh yeah?
For the Tiny Whoop race.
Well, maybe we can get a quick view of the launch pad and try to spot him from here. Okay. Well, we'll stand by.
I'm just hearing voices in my head.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing the voice of Greg Gutierrez. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot hear the voice of Greg Gutierrez from Perspective Image, who's handling this incredibly beautiful live stream you're looking at right now. He set up some lights. He gave us these fancy headsets. We've got a commentator's lounge. We've also got a TV set up behind the bar that's also showing the stream.
A fireplace?
That was me. We got to turn it on. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, that's a good idea.
There we go.
We're out in the middle of a field in a tent. But we've got a fireplace.
EM Drones shouting out commentary. FPV needs more of this. I could not agree more. The way to get more, though, is to come back next year. There's only one IO.
Yeah, that's for sure.
There's only ever going to be one. This is the epicenter of FPV culture. These pilots are giving me thumbs up right now. I think we are just about to launch. FPV Skittles rocking the microphone. I'm loving it. Here we go. Gonna dodge all those people.
Oh wow, look at that launch setup.
Yep. Boom, nice and high over the crowd. Fat Tiny Whoop logo in your face for the transition. And we've already got Hyper in fourth place. I'm not sure.
8.06 seconds.
A major error. He's going to need to get out of that little blade graph.
Back up.
No problem.
Ferry with a very interesting strategy in moving to the black and white camera, which does tend to help at times, especially with the distracting colors going through that tunnel.
I don't know. I would want as much color contrast in here as I could get. Currently telling me that Flyboy's in first place. I'm struggling to believe that, but now that I look around the board, he actually is. Flyboy, our youngest competitor, now getting a little bit of traffic over there at the corkscrew, just got passed. Who passed him? Was it Hyper? No.
So Hyper looks to be making his way through the track a little bit faster, but has already been down twice.
But he is ahead now on his second lap through the giant hex gate and second time and through the timing gate. Watch on the upper left of your screen approaching the toilet bowl. Makes a nice safe slowdown there. I do the same thing at that section. Now he's going to negotiate the wacky wavy section. Dodges another spank and up through the drone zone tunnel. Here he goes into the corkscrew, one of my favorite sections, also one of the most challenging. Now he's got to weave between the... All right, don't pay no attention to the times on your screen. I'm being told by the mysterious voice that you can't hear. The times on the screen not quite correct. We're about to fix that issue in a moment. In the meantime, I'm still looking at T-Dub on the ground. I'm being told he's in first place. How many laps does he have down?
Looking at it here, I believe Hyper's actually the pilot in first place.
I think so too.
We've got a misread for Flyboy and 2 misreads for T-Dub.
Yep.
Most likely the sensitivity for the timer has been turned up. We deal with that in the big 5-inch racing as well. Every race is a little bit different, so there's always got to be someone behind the scenes working their magic.
Yep.
Just to stay up there.
In this case, that's the magic voice you hear in your ear, Greg.
Yeah.
From Perspective Image.
Gotcha. Really great looking 10 here, Jesse. You did an amazing job this year with the Tiny Whip 10.
Thanks. Well, I mean, you facilitated the whole thing, and you also let me bring in more help than I've ever had. So something like 8 of us on the team to build this in a single day.
Yeah.
We needed that.
And it was a hot day.
I was soaking wet all day.
Soaked, man.
You were the first one to point it out. I looked down and I was like, what? Did somebody just dump Gatorade on their head or something? I was completely soaking wet.
But definitely worth it.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah. It was, I mean, this is... Hosting a race like this, hosting a party like this, hosting a bar like this is a dream come true.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it I will never miss I.O. Because the chance to get to fly, to host, this is some of the best skill. Ooh, look. We can see Rab's mom down the lower left of your screen. Ferry's, we lost it. That's all right. Another wide shot of the Lady Luck and back to the commentators' lounge here. Yeah, that's right. Sit up straight.
There you go. I've got some Christmas ornaments or something going on right here.
Yeah, feel free to wrap those around your neck.
No, that's
what it's for.
That's not a good idea.
It is what that's for.
No. Well, it's not. Now, tomorrow we've got a big day coming out here at the International Open. We have the rookie and intermediate racing starting at 10 o'clock, so I got to be up early tomorrow, as usual. Pretty much just don't sleep all of I.O.
Yeah, me too.
Then we have the mega finals at 1 p.m. Now, have you watched one of these mega quads nowadays fly?
I think so. I mean, when you said nowadays, it made me want to second guess. Technology's always changing so fast.
They are unbelievably fast. They're running 10 and 11-second laps with a machine that if it were to hit you, it would change your entire life.
It would push you. It wouldn't, it's the kind of thing that doesn't bounce off a human. It takes you with it.
Yes. But if the props are still moving, there's going to be less pushing and more chopping.
Chopping and pushing,
scary.
Let's not get too gruesome, but yeah, it's an impressive thing. It's also something hard to show the people at home. Another great reason to come to I.O. because you feel it, you hear it, and you see it.
Absolutely.
And but that's not all you got going on tomorrow.
No, the big thing, one of the focuses for I.O. I would say that probably half of the people here right now are obsessed. All they want to do is qualify for the World Cup.
The World Cup.
Which is twofold, right? It's a great race that everybody watches. It's right out in front of the Tiny Whip tent. And as soon as it's over, that's when the biggest party starts.
That's
right here.
Yeah, the official after party. But yeah, the World Cup, it is the Super Bowl of all FPV. Obviously, there's TV shows. There's all kinds of high-profile competitions. This is an open race where anybody in the world can come here and meet on a level playing ground, and that is World Cup. The World Cup race tomorrow night, and it's the reason we're hosting our main race tonight. Remember when we did it after World Cup once?
Yeah, not a good idea.
We didn't want to.
No.
We want to be done with our racing tonight. And by the way, when we are, those unicorns you see on your screen, they're moving out into the field.
Oh, no.
They're changing position.
Oh, no.
But World Cup tomorrow night, if you're watching this right now, do not miss World Cup. You'll see the best drone racing to date. And by the way, you'll also see new names that you never heard of come out of the woodwork, and later on, you will know those names.
Right.
You'll hear them first at the I.O. every single year.
Yeah, we have a history here at MultiGP because a lot of our racing is focused on finding the absolute best pilots. You know, less show, more just a skill competition.
Yeah.
And it's a great pathway if you want to make a profession of being a drone racer.
Yeah.
You are most likely, if you win one of these races, you're going to be noticed by the people who will pay you to race drones.
Yeah, make
for a
it your
living.
life. I don't think there are, I want to say, any professional pilots who haven't raced at an IO. Are there any that didn't race? Maybe some overseas people.
Not any ones we like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nobody that matters.
No, I take that back. There's a Luke Bannister's never raced here, and I really
yes,
like
he
Luke.
has. He was in 2017. He was here.
Okay, great, because I like Luke,
Yeah,
and I don't want to cut him out.
me neither. We can't. He was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I chilled out with him freestyling in the front of the AMA over the lake.
All right. And
Yeah.
of course, Thomas Bitmata. I'm really sad that Thomas couldn't make it to this event.
Yeah, me too.
I love seeing both him and his dad. They are just a great team. I've got great memories afterwards.
I'm going to go find them right now.
We've got
Yeah,
problems.
we've got some people outside flying quads, and it's disrupting our competition.
I have a tool that can fix that.
Yeah. All right, well, I want to ask Liz to come over here because I want to stop this right now. I'm
Yeah.
good at this. I can be diplomatic. I can be
Yeah.
kind. You need to step away?
No, if you want, that's something I'm pretty good at handling. So how about I go take care of it for you, Jesse?
All right. Well,
Yep.
you know, kill, crush, destroy. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Thomas, creator and owner of MultiGP. And just like that, careful with popping that thing.
White noise. Who's flying quads out here? We're trying to have a race.
So much, Chris Thomas. I totally appreciate you.
He's the best.
taking
He's the best.
over for me. I really needed to just take a break for a second.
Yeah, he's also one of... Not that close. Yeah, Chris Thomas, talk about a guy who has fostered the drone racing community around the world, an incredibly influential person, personal mentor of mine, and somebody who I really am inspired by in terms of the way he thinks about growing a community and making a family out of a group of people. He's a professional. He's a master. And he's a huge part of what, like I say, he funded the transport of all the LED artwork made by the tiny whoop community around the world that I've come across. And,
So amazing. We totally appreciate you, Chris,
yeah,
and
Chris.
we appreciate you, MultiGP. Like, this is an amazing event we are capable of putting on because of you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So it sounds like we may have taken care of the rogue quad that was flying outside. So from here, we'll probably be moving into heat number 4 in just a moment. Let's take a look at that.
Hey, what's up, Matt
saying,
Snell?
Amazing track, guys. Awesome commentary. Shout out to the Birmingham Tiny Whoopers UK. What's up, Tiny Whoop UK?
Hey. It is, 8 a.m. over there? 9 a.m. over there?
Yeah, it's early in the morning. Good morning, old world.
Right, we appreciate you hanging out with us.
And you know what? We wish you were here. The good news is we'll be chilling out with you pretty much all day. Quick shout out to the guy in the very middle. Okay, there's Tanner Rush, just set his quad down. He's the current champion. We got Dan Sagano in the very middle from IGAO. Everybody's getting their quads ready. In the very middle of your screen with a white hat, that is world famous pilot Agilis and his wife BDD.
Hey,
Mike,
what's up,
photobombing, bad timing.
Are you racing
Next
tonight?
match. RAB FPV on F2. Rush FPV on F7.
Are you rolling
Dino
out?
GDS on E2.
Good night,
Flying
dude.
on E6.
We'll call you when I get up. All right. That right there was Mike DeBitz Chen. Amazing FPV pilot, amazing 5-inch pilot, competing possibly in World Cup.
Oh, that's
but
good.
Definitely, fingers crossed, in intermediates. He was
You don't need
saying.
to cross your fingers for definitely, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, the thing is that he said he feels like he might have gotten too fast
Ooh,
to race in
ouch.
intermediates.
Looks like we're going to solve another quick problem. It's like I'm watching ESPN or something. Mr. Rick James, 83, what's happening, dude?
We appreciate that you feel that way. We do try to put on a am I?
Well, you know, we can't act like it's our fault. We can't act like it's our fault.
It's not. It is Greg.
All goes to Greg Gutierrez from Perspective Image. You see it on the lower right of your screen. Perspective Image, an amazing company that has so much. I mean, I'm sitting in a chair, got a headset on my head. There's lights shining on me. I'm in a commentator's lounge.
Do you see that camera?
Yeah, the
Oh
camera.
my gosh.
The camera looking at me out
Next
saying,
match.
"Sweet thumbs up right there." Who's that? That might have been
on
Caleb.
E7.
I'm not sure.
Dial GDS on E6.
But anyway,
Lightning on E2.
so I heard Dio GTS is in this one. He's one of our volunteers here at the Tiny Whip tent. Another epic pilot. So I think we're just getting ready.
I know. I feel like I need some of those tacos, though, that are being served, Jesse. How do we make sure that somebody brings us tacos?
One of us is going to have to get tacos.
One of us is going to have to get tacos.
We're going to get tacos for Greg, too. We're hearing Greg in our ears.
We need tacos.
Have a look at the launch pad cam right there, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the Spirit Cat on the upper right of your screen. Naked and Afraid Furbies egging the pilots on. Hey, Kelly Stanley just walked in.
Hey, Kelly.
Woo, please don't shoot me with guns, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Looks like we've got our pilots ready. And in the upper left of your screen is the fastest Tiny Whip pilot in the world, possibly, Rab FPV. Have a look at his screen and get ready to be impressed. A lot of movement on these screens. You can see some of the fire from the start-finish area.
You got to be on top of your bedding.
But Rab FPV.
Do we have any objections?
Rab FPV, the top qualifier for this event. Throughout qualifying, he's been in the lead, and now we'll watch his first race on the course as an official participant in the main race at Tiny Whoop International Open 2021. And have we got Rush in this round as well? The current champion versus Rab. Let's double check. I need to confirm. We'll watch the epic launch first. Furby's egging him on. Beautiful launch by all four pilots. Rab on the upper left of your screen, already back around the entire room through the start-finish gate, toilet bowl, and look at that, narrowly dodging a spank from one of the wacky wavy guys through the drone zone tunnel, and he'll begin his corkscrew right now. 1, 2, 3, it's over. Back into the mirror tunnels, rise to the top of the room. It's time to go up to,
and Rab is down.
No problem, no problem. He's going to head back and double check because Rab never misses a gate. To the top of the room through the hyperdrive, dodge the pole in the middle. Time to skate around the entire party one more time for Rab FPV on the upper left of your screen through the hex gate. That's the start finish. One lap down, 39.5 seconds through the toilet bowl, deadlock FPV tunnel, and there once again narrowly dodging the wacky wavy inflatable arm and already in the cyclone. I can't even spit it out fast enough. We need smaller course feature names through the mirrors, top of the room, through the BBT gates, and into the hyperdrive, ladies and gentlemen, narrowly dodging that pole. He's going to skip around the tippy top of this room, nail that last gate, and that is a first place for Rab. 27-second lap.
Right, with Rush FPV coming right behind him, in through the unicorn, down through that curved hexagon gate, and up through those beautiful tunnels coming across the entire Tiny Whoop Get, around the poles, through that last gate and into the start finish with his second place at 48.5 seconds. Good job, Rush. I don't know. Rush is pushing it hard, but I don't know. Is he going to be able to maintain his title here in 2021?
Well, remember, we've got these silly features.
Those silly features can't cause anything.
Right, yeah, so we've got some random silly features that can really change things up. So many robot voices happening. I don't know how many of them you guys can hear. I just watched Dio GTS get spanked out of the way of that gate by a red guy.
33.58 seconds.
So Dio GTS, that's Joe Nunez from Deadlock FPV, one of the major sponsors of the Tiny Whoop IO. He showed up. Oh, look, somebody's caught. Where's Flightning? Flightning is next to some crazy
What is that light, Flightning?
It looks so liquid.
It does.
I think he's in some slime.
I'm like, I want to help him
40.07
so
seconds.
bad.
Finished
no
3 laps in
marshalling. No marshalling here.
144.69
Wait,
seconds.
wait. It looks face up.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a double elimination
That is a
bracket.
start
Pardon me,
finish
Liz.
gate.
This is a double elimination bracket. That means that first place, Rab FPV, and second place, Rush FPV, the current champion, are. Oh, look, there's me in the corner again. They are going to be moving on in the winners bracket, and that was Flightning and Dio GTS moving on to the consolation bracket. They are not out of this race yet. They will come back in the consolation bracket, which, by the way, is my favorite part of the race all around, because you see them fighting for their lives. Nobody's taking it easy. Nobody's trying to play it safe, because right now the safest way to approach this competition is to try to get second. You can get first. Rab's going to get first because he's using these early rounds as practice. But getting second place has the exact same value as getting first, unless you've got Ironman rule in effect. So,
Right.
mad props to Rush FPV, the current Tiny Whoop International champion, trying to defend his title here. Could he be the first two-time champion, pull a Jordan Temkin, pull a Sean Taylor, and double down?
Oh, we got Craven coming up to his seat.
Okay, here we are in the consolation bracket, ladies and gentlemen.
This is it.
Race number
Craven
5.
FPV on
All right.
E2.
Race number 5 is our
F2.
first
FPV
true
Skittles on E6.
elimination race.
G-Man
So
on
our
F7.
bottom 2 pilots out of this race are out. They're gone. They are number 16 and 15 in our competition.
Which, by the way, is an incredible accomplishment.
It is.
I would love to be able to finish 16th.
Oh
in this
my
race.
God, for real. You guys, I attempted this last night.
Here we go.
I ran this qualifying course, and it is not an easy course to do. So to be able to be in the top 16 is a feat. I give them props.
All right.
Wasn't Kelly
I see
supposed
Skittles
to be bringing us tacos?
putting his goggles down.
Where is Kelly with our
And
tacos?
we are going live on the tone in less than 5. Shout out to Isaac in the middle of your screen right there. Okay, stand by,
We
stand
got
by.
Craven. Oh, with a crash immediately. What just happened?
We're restarting
Everybody.
this race. It's a race restart, and we did see Craven come back and actually land on top of Engineer.
We
Love
did.
the control of these pilots, so we're going to restart this race in just a moment.
Oh, there we go.
Timing is reset. Engineer, Skittles, Craven FPV, and G-Man.
Oh, OG, you were so on top of it. Yes, this could go so many ways
Yeah.
because you feel like when it comes to your top pilots, you're like, okay, I know that this pilot is amazing, but we're not in a typical race. We're in a tiny whoop race.
Here we go.
And in a
live
tiny
on the
whoop
tone
race,
right now.
We've
Ooh,
got our
what
wacky
happened there?
wavies.
I just saw
Ooh.
G-Man have a real awkward takeoff. Meanwhile, Skittles, very fast first lap, tipped wings with Engineer, and
Let's
Engineer
go.
goes down. Skittles with a little bit of traffic, and he recovers quickly. He's already going into the wacky
That
wavies
consistency.
and headed down into the drone zone tunnel. I believe he is still in first place, although he's shown third
Yes.
on our book right now.
No, but
G-Man
Craven
struggled
is
hard. Go
right
ahead.
behind him. I was going to say Craven is right behind him, but Skittles is in first place with Engineer coming in. G-Man has managed to get up, coming in fourth. We will see how it turns out when we come into this second lap of our race.
It's true.
Because-
I was going to say, Craven FPV has had an
FPV
epic round right now, but FPV
36.66
Skittles
seconds.
currently in
Lap
first
2.
place, busted 36.6 on lap number 1.
Engineer,
He's already in the deadlock
42.52
tunnel.
seconds.
Very
Lap
trippy
2.
stutter right there. I'm not sure what happened on that stall, but he's moved through the wacky wavies and into the big rising drone zone tunnel, ladies and gentlemen, through a wee bleed gate, and now we're going to cyclone all the way around. I see a little bit of prop wash issue, wondering how his props are doing. Weave through the unicorns, and Skittles is headed into the mirror tunnel. I am loving this. Oh, look, we got taco
Thank
delivery.
you so much, Kelly. You're amazing.
Will you bring it to Greg? Greg at the live stream?
Really, Jesse?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're a doll.
Skittles finishing
FPV
lap
Skittles,
number 2.
41.65
One moment.
seconds. Lap 3. Engineer, 36.41 seconds. Lap 3. Craven FPV, 89.74 seconds. Lap 2.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. No, yeah, I'm good. So I'm watching Skittles in first place. I believe he's already done. Oh no, he's on lap number 3. So here he is skating through the mirrors, now hitting the BBT gates on top of the tables to the top of the room. He's going through the hyperdrive. Dodge that bar right in the middle of the room up top. It's been there every year. Skate around and finishes last lap. FPV Skittles finishes in first place. Second place is Engineer. I think he just crashed through the gate. And that is awful news for Craven FPV and G-Man, who unofficially will be out of the competition. I need to confirm these results. Looking like, yeah, I see G-Man shaking his head, a little bit bummed out. Right in the middle of your screen, you can see a couple flags that we're all signing here, and signing them right now is my pal Phil.
Aww.
I love this guy.
I feel slightly bad. I love that Phil is signing our flag right now, so let me rephrase this correctly.
That's Phil right there.
Yes, but I feel bad that G-Man just took like 15th or 16th, because G-Man makes some of Dan's absolute favorite videos so far in iGow this season.
That's cool.
So
yeah, a lot of these pilots are iGow competitors.
Yes, they are. And G-Man, so if you have never watched one of our streams, if you have never participated in iGow, you might not necessarily know what the rules are. Wait 1 second. All right.
G-Man taking 16th place, Craven taking 15th place overall.
Yes.
And 14th through 1st yet to be determined.
All right, we will get that figured out in the next following races. But as I was saying, if you have never participated in iGow, if you've never watched an iGow stream, you get to do a trick, you get to make a video, and you get to do whatever you want. If you want to just slap up your DVR footage, so be it. If you want to get creative, like G-Man.
All right, so I got to clarify something, because what you said is a little confusing.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all right. iGow, the International Game of Whoop, is kind of like horse or skate. If you've ever played these games, somebody sets a trick, and if you can't do that trick, you get a letter. And once you spell the whole word whoop, you're out. Pilots are directed to do a specific trick every time, but in addition to that, they get incredibly creative and do very artsy, hilarious videos that I am proud to. I'm an official iGow judge, as well as a sponsor, and I get to see these top 15 videos every week, and it's like watching the highlights of Tiny Whoop culture for the last week. It's how to be up to date on what's actually happening in these pilots' minds, not just in terms of their skill level, but also their creativity, because they put so much, they make stories. They like superimpose your faces.
Oh my God, do you understand like the amount of time and effort that they put into this video? So this is what I was saying. So G-Man, all of our videos, because unfortunately, no matter what it is that you do in this world, we have to think about copyright. So we make everybody post their videos to YouTube in order to make sure that they can pass that copyright. Well, that also means that when we air your videos every single week on our stream, we're watching them on YouTube. And what happens at the end of a YouTube video? But recommended videos that pop up on your playlist.
It's true.
Okay? And G-Man, I swear G-Man has been studying these. Because after week 1, every video that G-Man puts out is like channeling Skittles.
Nice.
Oh my God. He put out, so Skittles watches this channel called like.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, live.
Yes,
and just
hold on.
Live on the tone. Wait for it. Hey, there's me again, waving.
Hi.
Live on the tone in less than 5. That's my kind of launch. Oh, that looked good. Here they are skating across the room in front of the over the entire party. First place currently a G-less. Oh, but he's got traffic. Man, this is an epic race. T-Dog putting the pressure on right now. A little bit of an error. Turns back for a gate in the wacky wavy section. Agilis is getting away. He's already through the mirror tunnels and headed up to the top of the room. There's Hyperdrive 1, dodge and Hyperdrive 2. Watch him skate around the entire party now. Hit the big hex gate, and the fire gate is lap number 1 for Agilis, just like that. We don't have a time, but we know that was epically fast. Dodges another swing by the wacky wavy guy and up through the drone zone tunnel into the We Bleed Cyclone right here. 1 gate, 2 gate, 3 gates, and between. Oh, and look at that. Liz just took a face punch at the commentators lounge. I didn't even get to see who that was, but you probably did, people watching at home. Rewind the tape and find out who just face punched Liz, because I was busy watching Agilis. Currently on his 3rd lap. There he goes through the wacky wavies. Pretty good luck through that section this time. You never know what's going to happen there. He's already spit out the drone zone tunnel into the We Bleed Cyclone. 3rd gate already, weaves between the iconic unicorns into the mirror tunnel from Tiny Whoop, and there he goes. Back to the hyperdrives at the top of the room. This is the finish of lap number 3. All he's got to do is skate the entire perimeter and spank that start-finish gate. We have another first place for Agilis in the upper right of your screen. I like to watch their video screens after they fly because you get to see Agilis right there. We didn't get to see him because of his landing direction, but I love that guy. So that was Lane Bane who dipped into the commentators lounge one more time. Check out T-Dog, insanely fast pilot from Colorado on the lower right of your screen. We're going to see some very fast laps from him. I think he's seeded 4th if I'm not mistaken. But he's consistently winning every single Tiny Whoop race in Colorado. There he is, T-Dog, nice landing on the chair. You can tell by a landing like that, this man is in control of the aircraft.
Great job, T-Dog, coming in 2nd.
Heat number 6 is in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Brackets underway for heat number 7. And just like that, we are approaching the halfway mark of this competition. I believe now, I need to double check, I believe at this point we are going to be dipping down into the consolation bracket for another one of those exciting races where somebody
can potentially move their way up all the way into the finals. So just because you lose your first race, that does not mean that you're not capable of taking the entire competition. So the beauty of a double elimination bracket means that you have to lose twice before it is that you are kicked out of the competition. So if you lose your first race, you move down into what we call the consolation bracket. You can move your way all the way through the consolation bracket. The very last race of the entire thing is 1st and 2nd place from the overall competition, 1st and 2nd place from the consolation bracket. So that means if you lose one race and you continue your way all the way through, you can still win the entire championship overall. You do. Oh no. Ah. Oh, I need to give a shout out to our amazing cooks who are outside. Jesse, who are our cooks outside? Because those tacos were amazing. Oh my God. They do.
Spreading into IO culture here, and it is such a treat for people. This is not the only group of friends that said, let's get together, make some epic food, and show up right around that time of the night when people are going to start to get hungry.
Yep.
And then give them a free surprise of some dank food.
Right.
They got pretty much an industrial grill set up out there.
Oh my God, it
And
is amazing.
Three people. Yeah, it's just so good. So I love it. So you got free tacos outside, free any drink you want every night at the Lady Luck, 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Free gumballs over there. We got free glow necklaces, courtesy of Drone Zone. You know, we got I couldn't possibly name everything that's happening because no single person at this event could be aware of everything that's happening at once.
There's just so much going on. You've just got to walk your way around. You've got to say hello to everybody. You're going to not only run into the amazingness of free drinks at the Lady Luck or amazing tacos served by DRL pilots, but you're going to run into celebrities while you're here. Celebrities of the FPV community. Mr. Steele walking around. We've got the amazingness of just our friends hanging out and enjoying themselves. It has been an absolutely wonderful event.
Right now we got race 7, right, Greg?
I just made a little request. Chris Thomas gonna grab me a taco after all.
Aw, good job.
And then in a moment, I'm going to see if I can have a friend that can do any commentary on the course while I step away and just check on how the event's going. I realize I really need to walk over there and just talk to the pilots and get a vibe, you know, because every other night so far, the pilots have been super happy. Last night we did 10 rounds of qualifying. That's never happened before. Pilots are stoked to have all those opportunities to get on the leaderboard.
Harry on F7.
What? Nothing. OG Dr. Love in the chat saying, hell yeah, Team Newbie Drone for the win. Yeah, we got lots of pilots on Team Newbie Drone, one of my favorite drone racing teams here at MultiGP IO. Trim King, what's up, dude? I wish you were here.
Right?
Happy
oh
if any of these guys get to win. Let's see whose night it is. Oh, man. And somebody's life will change tonight. This is an epic win. I mean, we've got a fat trophy. We've got some wonderful prizes, courtesy of We Bleed FPV and some of our other partners.
I'm giving out prizes. Make sure that you're hanging out in the Hydra. The first place winner of our Hydra fan is going to be getting a free code for a t-shirt from FYScrafts.com.
Oh, awesome. I wear your shirts all the time.
Thank you, and I appreciate it.
But I was just saying, in addition to those wonderful prizes, there's nothing that can compare to the glory that you walk away from an event like this. When you realize that this was created, this course was built, tons of pilots participated in qualifying, you made it to the top 16, and then you crawl your way all the way to the top. I mean, even if you were a pro pilot, super consistent pilot, it would be hard to pull off. I mean, you'd be rolling the dice. You know, it's just an incredibly difficult thing to accomplish, and somebody's going to do that in just a moment tonight. This place is getting packed.
It is getting so packed. This is what we call a Saturday night. Not even Saturday. Crap, it's Friday.
Thank God.
Friday the 13th, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. If you were not aware, yesterday was my birthday, and we had a amazing time here in the Tiny Woo event.
Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can
on to our next race. Let's go Dio GTS from Trim King.
There we go in black and
We've
white.
got Dio, we've got Flyboy 2009 Lightning, and Fairy. Fairy, who managed to squeak his way into the competition tonight because Heads Up dropped out.
And away we go. A sweet launch over the heads of the crowd here at the Lady Luck. And check out the entire crowd. This is the best part. At the beginning of a race, you look up and you see a small river of tiny whoops crossing above you, neck and neck, blade to blade. Flyboy with a little bit of an error entering the the Deadlock FPV tunnel. I'm looking around to see who's in first, and it does appear to be Flightning versus Fairy. Flightning now making his way into first place. He's made it through the, Drone Zone tunnel, and now negotiating the Cyclone by We Bleed FPV. Next, he's got to hit through the Unicorns and into the Mirror Tunnel. Error inside the mirror tunnel. That is not a good place. You can't tell which way is out when you're in there. Oh, and see, he went out the wrong direction. Got a little turned around. I'm not sure he's still in first. Check it out. Dio GTS getting ready to pass him now. Meanwhile, Ferry, first place, top of the room, headed through the hyperdrives, getting ready to skate around the entire party one more time. He's going to have some traffic here. Dio GTS and Flightning also catching him now. First one to make it across appears to be Dio GTS. Appears to be, no, it was Ferry on the black and white on your lower right. He's on his second lap now and already back into the wacky, wavy, inflatable arm, guys. I do not envy his view. Oh, and there's some sweet traffic. Dio GTS and Flightning now putting the pressure on as they go through the Weebleed FPV Cyclone. Oh, I can barely tell. My eyes are just bouncing between all these screens because a lot of errors happening. Remember, this is the championship race and the nerves are high. People are making a lot of mistakes. Ferry still working with that crazy black and white camera. And I just do not see that as an advantage. An interesting choice, especially it's like eliminating the psychedelic part of this course. I'm wondering if that'll be an advantage or a disadvantage.
I feel like we've got some very interesting times popping up.
There could have been a missed time for Flyboy.
Right? I was like, there's no reason that Flyboy should be at a minute and 40 seconds.
So we're going to find out in just a minute if Ferry actually is in first place. I have my doubts. It really could be Dio. Ooh, and Dio makes a critical error.
Especially considering if Dio had a 54.7 as it says and Ferry had a 102, there's no reason that Ferry should be in first place. So we will see exactly how that turns out.
We'll see exactly how that turns out. Beautiful. Oh man, the pressure is on. Flyboy, our youngest competitor, with some very smooth flow, running into just a couple errors, but he regathered himself and got back on it. Flies right past the cube. He's going to land at the base of the Infinity Cube, which, by the way, is one of the examples of LED art in the room that is not even part of the course.
No.
There's lots of wonderful features around
That's just
you.
beautiful LED art.
It's just wonderful to go stand by and look at. But yeah, not all elements are being used here. You can see the Lady Luck bar on the left of your screen has a giant golden heart hanging behind it. That's not in play at all, but it's fun if you're tooling around in a tiny whoop in the wee hours of the morning.
Oh, yes.
Same with the luscious lips on the upper right of your screen. Not part of our course at all.
But I've had fun flying through it a few times.
Oh, yeah.
I whipped through that bad boy with my 2S.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, lots of fun little places to sneak around, secrets to find in here, and the kind of thing that we can't really communicate to the people at home. So I guess you're just going to have to come here next year.
You
or
will.
If you're in the neighborhood, stop by tomorrow. Come to the MultiGP IO at the AMA headquarters in Muncie, Indiana, where we are in the middle of a field, a gigantic field. The ground
Our field
is
of
grass.
dreams.
The field of dreams. The ground here is grass. We've built this entire thing. MultiGP puts up a tent and lets me bring a U-Haul full of the best course features here. And
we've got a DVR review going on.
Yep, looks like they're going to go through a DVR review, make sure that everything's on the up and up with the number of laps that have been counted here. A little bit of a skip there, so we're going to slip ahead at high speed. Looks like we're double checking Flightning right now. Okay, looks like we could have had some of the wrong names on the screen for different pilots. That's our mistake. Apologies about that. We're going to get it all straightened out right now. Figure out what's going on. Meantime, my good friend Wes Burson sitting down in the lounge next to me, the commentator's lounge. Don't you love these headsets?
It's like I can hear you so oddly well.
It sounds like you're in my head right now, but I see you sitting over there. Wes Burson, Tiny Whip Team Tiny Whip sponsored pilot and team captain, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
Sorry, is that the actual speed he was flying, or is this sped?
We're sped up because we're doing a DVR review, making sure everybody got the right number of laps and that the course order is reflected correctly. In the meantime, they're gathering up the next pilots to go through what I believe will be match number 8. What do you think of this course, Wes?
It is wild.
Yeah. You haven't gotten a pack on it yet, have you?
No. I'll be probably doing that tomorrow night.
You're doing it tonight.
Tonight? All right.
Yeah. I want to fly this place with you tonight. But yeah, this wacky wavy thing behind us is by far my favorite because there's just so many times where people are committed to a line that definitely wasn't going to work because they come out of nowhere.
I love how the star-spangled, wacky, wavy, inflatable, inflatable tube man just whacks the gate every once in a while.
Yeah, sometimes they headbutt their heads right through the gate. Just like, sometimes they literally go through the gate. By the way, we didn't mean to get an American flag version. It's supposed to be orange. We're trying to represent the rainbow, but instead of the orange guy, they sent the American guy, which almost feels weird at the I.O. that the only flag represented in the Wacky Wavy Forest is the American flag. Come on, that's not the style I meant to go for. You can see the Wacky Wavy inflatable American guy on the far right of your screen, right above me. Hi, that's me over there. Anyway. And yeah, those flags in the middle of the room underneath the luscious lips being signed by all the people in attendance here tonight. You could be a pilot, you could be a spectator, but everybody's welcome to sign those. I get to keep one of them, bring it back to Tiny Whoop headquarters. The other one's going back to Drone Zone, New Jersey, one of our partners that, like I said before, built the entire construction tape tunnel behind me. And it's one of my favorite features to build. We had something similar last year. And it pretty much creates a huge tunnel environment that most Tiny Whoop pilots aren't used to flying or swimming through the air in something that large. Last year we had gates inside that giant tunnel, which forced you to do that sort of
back and
slalom
forth motion.
Yeah, we were going to do that this time, but we kind of nixed it because there's such a curve to it, and I wanted it to just be a super fast feature. So, posing for a little picture there. People love our commentators lounge. Everybody,
it just is so nice. It's like it's well lit and a little bit away from the action. I also see you guys managed to source some more of the classic unicorns.
Yep, we were talking about that with Chris Thomas. The iconic symbol of the International Open incorporated into the course. And after the course is done tonight, we're taking them down. We're going to bring them outside and have some good old-fashioned I.O. fun with them. And if you don't know what that means, you're just going to have to come over to the MultiGP I.O. this year or next year. I'll be showing up with the unicorns. You could also text any of your buddies here. There's going to be people going live. There's going to be all kinds of video posted. It just won't be by me.
I noticed this year they tore the track down.
Every night they take the track down because we did have an issue with parties outside the Lady Luck winding up with a little bit of vandalism. We had some bros from Norway that got a little excited. A couple FPV celebrities that actually did some deeds that were never truly called out. But we're not trying to get anybody in trouble here. And honestly, I'm the host of this party, and I called Joe Scully and I said, there's damage. There's vandalism.
Like we're getting ready to start here.
I think so.
Do we know who's up in this round?
We will in just a moment. Winners bracket round right here. All these pilots have been in the first place or second place position in every race they've been in so far. They're now arming their quads, and we're going to go live in less than 5. All 4 pilots in the air there, and they are off. I'm looking to find who's in first place. Appears to be Rab FPV. Already through the start-finish gate, hits the toilet bowl and into the deadlock tunnel. A little bit of an error on the entry, and he'll get past. I see Boy getting in front of him. Nope, Rab takes him back. Rab needs to regather himself right now, a little bit off his flow.
Looks like Rush is taken up to the lead.
Rush is in the lead on the We Bleed FPV Cyclone through the unicorns, and there he goes into the mirror tunnels. Now head to the top of the room. BBT gates 1 and 2. Hyperdrive 1, dodge the pull, Hyperdrive 2, and we'll watch him skate the entire room one more time. Come around through that big hex gate in the lower right of your screen. The flame gate is the start finish, and that's 1 lap for him in 38 seconds flat. Excuse me, trying to catch my breath. I'm watching Rush. Can Rab catch him? All right, there's Rab on to his second lap, 48, a full 10 seconds behind Rush. This is interesting. Can Rab catch Rush? I think maybe he can. Oh,
Flyboy 2009.
Rush already at the top of the room, starts to skate the big over around the top. NASCAR time through that big hex gate, and now he has finished lap number 2. Moving on to lap number 3, watch him enter the toilet bowl, skip to the right, deadlock FPV tunnel, and there he goes through the wacky wavy inflatable arms. He goes down. Turtle mode in effect. Did he make it through that gate? We got a problem for Rush FPV. Seems to be missing a propeller. Can he get off the ground? He had a nice lead, and I am looking at he is stuck. Rush FPV, current Tiny Whoop International champion, stuck on the ground in a round where, remember, this is double elimination. This would, if he goes down in third or fourth in this round, he still will have the ability to make it back up and enter the consolation bracket and creep back up. He's not out.
We just saw Rab finish his run.
Rab just finished in first
his
after
Iron Man.
He's still got Iron Man in effect thanks to that major error by champion Rush FPV. I did not see that coming.
Rush is back. Oh,
Rush is back up. What?
got a little
Oh
whack
my
by
gosh.
Hyper.
I can't believe he's back up.
so that means Rush into second.
Oh my gosh,
He
Rush
is
into
still in the winning
second.
bracket.
Flyboy down for the count. Let's Rush get up into second place and retain his winner's bracket position. That is going to send Hyper and Flyboy down to the consolation bracket, but they've got one more life to live down there.
Looks like Hyper got caught between a banner and a table.
That could happen. Yeah, you can see his weird angle there.
It's always the weirdest positions that you get stuck in.
Yeah, they just come out of nowhere, and there's, around here we got a lot of electrical cords on the ground. The ground is stomped, but it's still grass, and the grass could trip you up itself.
Do you remember the old pagoda antennas? They were like
Yeah.
the 3-part PCBs.
Yeah, they're super popular.
Did you know that a Inductrix FPV frame perfectly fits between 2 of those PCBs? And you can stick it if you hit it just right.
So you saying you had a midair?
I didn't do it. A buddy of mine, Jeff Heilman, he actually managed to hit his own goggles and stick it into the antenna.
I thought you were telling me somebody was flying a pagoda and mid-aired and chewed someone down to the ground. That would be funny too.
No,
Still, epic. AK made some bad choices in that last round. Just says goodbye points. I'm glad you're playing along, and if you guys want to, you can party with us just a little bit, pick the winners of the next round, and spend your points. It's sort of like points gambling using the Hydra app. Download it at Hydra FPV in your app store or Google Play or whatever, and look up the current races. You'll see our race going on live right now. It'll also allow you to see the FPV feeds of the different pilots, and you can go back and look at them, I believe. I'll have to double check that.
And normally you can rewatch heats and everything.
Yeah,
I don't know if they have that running right now, but
I don't think
usually
they
that's the
do.
way it goes.
I don't think they have it running now, but Mr. Rick James 83 says the tape tunnel is equalizer. What do you think he means by the tape tunnel? Oh, the tape tunnel. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking about what he means by his equalizer.
He does. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. What's up, dude? Yeah, the tape tunnel behind me. He means the drone zone FPV tunnel that goes, it's a big hooking tunnel behind us. You'll see all the pilots enter it in a minute. Awesome. All right, just checking in over here. In just a minute, I really do need to step away and check on what's going on over in the pilots. Have you talked to any of your pilots?
I have not yet.
I'm just wondering how everybody's feeling right now.
Looks like we're going to have FPV Skittles.
Yep.
Lane Bane. Oh, there we go. Engineer, FPV Skittles, Uric, and Lane Bane. So this should be a really fun one.
This is going to be good.
Oh, Props Off says, Blue Jay, he's our man. That is Scooter.
Oh, sweet. Wes, what's up, bro? Good to see you and Jesse hanging out. Yeah, dude, it's so good he showed up today. And he, can I tell these people where you work?
Sure.
You guys know where Wes Burson works now? He just got a job at Flight Test. Can you believe it? Oh yeah.
Most valuable real estate on the live stream.
Oh yeah, it is. All right, my knee's getting stickered. You'll see it in the next clip in just a minute. We're getting ready for. Oh, there it is. Oh, I thought he was putting his own sticker, but he's
it's
just
the Lady Luck.
shouting out the Lady Luck on my knee. He says that's valuable real estate.
I love how many ants are just chilling on here.
Yeah, you know, we're in their house. Like I say, we're in the middle of a field.
They're just after a little LaCroix.
Yeah, they just want a little LaCroix, and, you know, damn it, they can have some. I'm happy to share with the locals. It's part of the experience. I see a Tiny Whoop T-style dipole antenna in that quad second from the right. My favorite antenna by far.
I have been rocking one of those, and I absolutely love that antenna.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good stuff. They're getting cheered on. Oh, little test there. They're getting cheered on by our Naked and Afraid Furbies on the left side of your screen, and they're getting stared down by the Spirit Cat on the right side of your screen. All part of the fun here in the Tiny Whoop tent. And these guys, some of these guys acting like they might not realize they're getting launched into. Liz, would you like to sit down for a second while I check in on the pilots? Will you come over here? Thanks, guys. I'll be back.
His make or break, says AK.
AK, I hope you got your bets in, and I hope you bet right.
I don't know. I know I was just up at the bar and AK said he'd lost all his points.
And Furbies are just so creepy.
Yeah, you know, I've had a few people comment about wanting a Furby.
So those ones are actually the 2000. I know the one with the holes in its ears is actually a. Because when Jesse started skinning Furbies as a hobby, I of course somehow got drug into it. Those are the one with the holes in its ears is referred to as the 2016 Furby.
Oh, the 2016 Furby.
They have Bluetooth, and there's actually a small hacking community around those Furbies.
Oh, very interesting. I know I did mention to the chat earlier that Jesse has Furbies where he has made it so that the eye of the Furby shows FPV footage.
Yeah, the last time that Furby was out in public was at Whoop Wars Battlegrounds, in which it terrorized all the pilots by singing the same two pop songs over and over again.
It was horrendous. I was
Everybody
there.
hated that Furby. Alrighty, so we have Engineer, Skittles, Uric, and Lane Bane. It looks like we are really close with Engineer and Skittles, but Skittles pulls ahead. It's coming on down to the back section. I'm not sure what the names of the sections are. Skittles is in the lead. Engineer is not far behind him. Followed by Lane Bane. Looks like Uric got stuck in the, I'm not sure what it's kind of like a hyperdrive tunnel.
Yes, it is a hyperdrive tunnel going through the wacky wavy arm section into the tunnel, through the corkscrew area into the unicorn slalom, through that hyperdrive that has this little bend in it that if you don't quite know about that bend, that hyperdrive will get you.
It also has that hole right in the middle, just waiting for you to run into it. Alright, coming around the wacky wavies. Let's see where everybody else is. We have Lane Bane. Currently looks like he's sitting in about third, coming through the wacky wavy inflatable unflailing tube man area, up into the drone zone caution tape.
Into that We Bleed corkscrew
looks
right
like
there.
Skittles is having a little bit of difficulty. Let's see if he can get himself knocked free, see if he can yaw himself out of
there. Stuck underneath the tent. He's not going to be happy about
He might
this.
want to try to yaw that one. Alrighty, so coming up, we see Uric now. Looks like he has taken up first. I think I hear Skittles.
Yes.
Uric coming up around the caution tape. Down. So I believe this is Uric actually finishing up his run.
Come on, Skittles, wiggle out.
Correct me if I'm wrong, they're doing a race to 3, correct?
They are.
Alrighty. Engineer passes up into third. That puts Skittles unfortunately down in the fourth, but right now we seem to be having a... Uric seems to have finished first place.
Oh, there with a 45, 30.9, 30.24.
Engineer
Are
catch
those
up.
numbers correct?
Engineer could pass Lane Bane, depending on what comes up next. Engineer's right on the rear of Lane Bane.
They are so close. What happens? Ooh, does Lane Bane... Oh, there's a bump. It looks like Engineer's coming in. And it looks like Engineer has finished with a second. Oh, my goodness.
Talk about a run.
2.04 seconds. Finished 3 laps in 132.14 seconds.
Skittles is picking up his drone. Unfortunately, he was stuck underneath the wall there, getting a 4th place finish in this race. Lane Bane in 3rd, Engineer able to finish it out in 2nd, with Uric FPV taking 1st in this heat.
You know, it's one of the nice things about Whoops is that they can handle crashes pretty well, but they
can.
also can get stuck extremely easy.
Oh my goodness, I have gotten caught a couple of times underneath the bottom of the Tiny Whoop tent here at I.O. while doing my just fun flies and qualifying, because as much as I would love to be able to participate with these guys, it's going to take few more packs of running to be able to get onto their level.
It's like I just arrived today and like looking at the track, this track this year is wild. It is it has to be the most feature-filled track here at I.O.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Wimpy Dog says big loss on that one. So
oh yes.
What did AK do?
Ouch. Who did you guys bet on for this round?
I bet you bet on Skittles.
Yeah, probably.
Skittles came out pretty fast on that one.
Right.
But unfortunately, the luck of the wheel.
Ah, damn it, Skittles! I bet the farm on you. Oh, dub squared. Unfortunately, losing some points there on Skittles.
So I wonder, who do we have up next? Are we going into, that was a winner's bracket. So I wonder if we're going to be going into the consolation bracket next. I'm not sure.
Oh, it looks like Bumper lost his too. My farm is gone. Nice work, AK and Wimpy.
So apparently AK made a good bet this time around on Uric.
Right?
You know what? Let me just open up the Hydra app.
Right? I know. I'm like, I feel like I need to get my phone.
I feel like I shouldn't be asking chat for the results of this. So we can fix that though. It's okay. Here we go. Wimpy Dog is currently in top when it comes to the fans with 32,000 points.
Ooh, sounds like Wimpy Dog's about to get himself a free shirt from FYS Crafts.
It says I am currently 2,000 points behind. I don't know how that works.
Have you been betting, Blue Jay?
I have not. Let me make my bets though.
I know, I feel like maybe I should come in and I should just like swoop all of you guys and win my own giveaway today.
So you're gonna let me set my pick? Oh, I think I missed my pick.
Next match. T-Dub on E2. Carry on F7. Hipper on F2.
So we have our pilots setting up at the moment. We got T-Dub, who has set down his. And it looks like we've got Hyper, Flyboy 2009, and Fairy in this race.
So don't spoil it, but there's my picks for this race. I've seen high hopes on. I have raced with him in the past, and he is an excellent pilot.
There we go. We got Beep Tube yelling out Tiny Whoop.
With the extra O's, I think it's Tiny Woo. Alrighty.
Let's go, T-Dub.
So it looks like this race is going to be Hyper, Flyboy, T-Dub, and I believe that's Fairy. Is that correct?
Yes, it is Fairy. Hyper just flying his Tiny Whoop, his 8K bind and fly Tiny Whoop for the first time last night. That was quite fun to watch.
Looks like he has his fully customized now based on his OSD now saying Hyper.
Ooh.
It's not truly yours until it has your name on the OSD.
That is true. So we are just now waiting for Fairy to get his stuff connected. We've got Hyper sitting down in his seat. We've got Flyboy sitting down in his seat. I see T-Dub. We are now just waiting on Fairy to get his drone plugged in and come sit in his seat.
There we go. Here he is plugged in.
All right, I am seeing Fairy.
Looks like he's coming
Why
in
is
black
it that
and white.
Fairy has black and white footage compared to everybody else? Is that his camera? Is that just something messed up with the VTX possibly?
It could be something coming in on the video receiver side, but
Okay.
also could be coming from his camera. Not quite sure.
Ooh, Huff19 saying that he just figured out the Hydra app. Yes, it is great fun when you're capable of sitting there and betting on pilots, especially as our Whoop racing community grows and we become more centralized in our competitions and you get to know the pilots more. It is a lot of fun to say, I know that they took first in this race. I know that they took third in this race. I know that they did this. I know that they did that. And it just makes the whole betting process that much more enjoyable.
Now, if there's one thing I know about the Hydra app, it's that there's no better feeling and worse feeling than making tons of great bets and then betting it all on one race you're for sure in and having somebody crash out and you lose it all.
Dude,
All right, looks like we're about to actually get going here.
Right?
So who is in this one? We have
going in. So the race has started. We've got Hyper, Flyboy 2009, T-Dub, and Fairy, and it looks like Hyper is coming out with a nice lead. Flyboy has flipped upside down.
Looks like Flyboy is stuck, unfortunately.
You can attempt to turtle Flyboy. You never know. There's still
Let's see. Looks like we have Hyper coming up in first. T-Dub getting a little caught up in the tunnel there. Those things can be really weird to get stuck in.
Right, Hyper is one of our few pilots flying in acro today. So if you do not know, many 5-inch pilots will fly in acro. Our Whoop pilots, on the other hand, tend to fly in angle mode. Hyper, being a 5-inch pilot, came in and started flying his Whoop exactly like a 5-inch last night. And it hasn't hurt him.
Be down.
Oh no.
Let's hope he can get himself unstuck from that grass.
Right? But you know what? That is not hurting for Fairy because it looks like Fairy is taking things slow and steady. And with Flyboy and Tita being upside down, it looks like Fairy is going to have the ability to take second place and move himself along in this competition.
See, I can see a little single stick of grass going up through T-Dub's prop. If he can almost yaw it, he might be able to get it unstuck.
We will see what he is capable of doing here.
Looks like he might be calling it.
Right? Hyper has
T-Dub.
completed his race with a 36 second and a 29.2. Look at you coming in with a third lap. Hyper. Look at you. You go, my friend.
So it looks like we have Hyper finished, and it looks like Fairy is coming up to finish his run. He's just taking it nice and slow, just making his way through the course.
Right? It's almost like a tortoise and the hare kind of thing. Slow and steady wins the race.
Now I gotta ask, have you seen anyone get stuck in the Rudy's Hyperdrive quite yet?
I have not seen anybody stuck in Rudy's Hyperdrive yet. But that does not mean that it won't happen. If you don't know who Rudy is, Rudy Roller from Germany, an amazing, amazing guy. We love him.
So one of your motors are bad, T-Dub? Alrighty, so that looks like I just lost a bunch of points.
Oh, no.
I am now 25,722 points behind the leader.
Ouch. Well, you know what? However many points the leader has, that's how many points I am behind because I have not been betting in today's... All right, we're going to have Jesse B pop back in for a...
And as Hydra has told me, match 10 results. You lost, no points for you, do better. But it looks like currently in the fan leaderboard, we have Wimpy Dog at 36,024 points, followed by AK 23,018, and then OG Dr. Love taking up third with 19,013 points.
That's a lot of points. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jesse Perkins here, rejoining the commentators lounge, and I just want to let Wes know that there are some lovely string lights behind you, pink, purple, and green. Those are meant to be around your shoulders.
Oh, let me make sure I correct that.
Let's go ahead and just make that correction. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to dress myself up. You can see me on the right side of your screen fighting these Christmas lights around my body.
AK says that was nuts.
I missed the nuts one?
The last race, we actually had 2 pilots go down.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately. Led to some interesting results.
I was listening to the live commentary by Skittles FPV, but I was running around checking on everybody. I talked to 4 of the pilots, and they're having a blast. I said, are there any complaints, any issues? And they said, absolutely not. That was such a relief because I've been in this chair, you know, and I've hosted a lot of events, but this is maybe in the top 10 really important events I'm hosting, and I just kind of had this moment where I realized I need to check on the status of the pilots because that's one thing that I really focus. Hey, now we're looking good, covered in lights. I just wanted to make sure everybody was feeling good, and they really are. Everybody's having a blast over there. And I also went outside and thanked the guys making tacos. Did you get some tacos?
Dude, yes. Jaws is making those tacos. Those
I know. Jaws FPV from DRL is now serving everybody tacos. Don't you want to get served some fresh gourmet tacos by Jaws? Trust me, you do. It's outstanding. He's got pretty much an industrial setup out there with a huge grill and like a line. There's 4 people adding their different little parts to the tacos. It's a beautiful thing to witness. So I love it here, and I really wish you guys were here. I'll just say that, hey, there's a nice shot of Agilis sporting a fancy little shirt there. Just kidding. I sold that shirt. That was me. Just name drop. Just trying to get a piece of that.
So it looks like our next race is going to be Agilis, T-Dog, Rab, and Rush. This will be a really fun race.
What we're looking at here is pretty much 4 pilots that must be, I'm going to say, within the top 10 in terms of skill level worldwide. Agilis, obviously. Rab, probably number 1. Rush is the current reigning champion of the Tiny Whoop International Open from 2019, where he took the gold in this tent. And T-Dog, the star from Denver, Colorado, definitely one of the faster pilots. And we watched him place, was it 3rd at Whoop Wars Battlegrounds Denver not too long ago? One of the big races.
He placed higher than that. I thought he placed like 2nd.
AK got 1st. Shout out to AK. What's up? Wish you were here. You should be here. Why aren't you here? No big deal. We're over it. 2nd place was you?
I was 3rd.
Oh, so T-Dog got 2nd.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure T-Dog got 2nd.
All right. Yeah, they're hyping it up because we are about to witness greatness. The lower left of your screen, Rabbit PV, currently the top seed, Agilis in second position, T-Dog on the upper right, Rush on the lower left. This is going to be a great launch. I'm here just for the launch shots.
Trim King, I actually saw some posts he was making on Reddit the other day.
I love that guy, dude. I love that guy.
His videos are excellent.
Yeah. Looks like people are going to be ready for...
Wes Tompkins says, let's go T-Dog.
Yeah.
Let's send it. Our top 4 pilots so far tonight.
I don't even know who to root for because it'd be hard to tell who's going to come.
Well, I got
first.
2 pilots that I sponsor, Rab and Agilis, in this round. I can't take a side. Ooh, I like that launch. I'm looking at the lower left of your screen. Rab FPV already made his way around the room. He's got some traffic in front of him. It was Agilis. They're going to enter the toilet bowl. Oh my gosh,
Holy
I can't
cow,
tell what happened. Looked like
Rush
and Agilis midair inside the tunnel. And check out T-Dog's screen. He's got some headlights, tail lights right in front of him. We are looking at Rab FPV first place, error outside the mirror tunnels. That's going to set him way back. And check it out, T-Dog currently in first place at the top of the room. already getting ready to move on to second lap. There he is through the big hex gate, through the fire gate onto lap number 2. Watch him enter the toilet bowl, spin around to the deadlock tunnel, into the negotiation. Oh, he gets spanked out of the air by the wacky wavy inflatable arm, guys. He doesn't even know where to go. He got lost back through that gate. I hope he hit the first gate. He's going to head up the drone zone tunnel into the Weebleed Cyclone, spinning around gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, and now between the unicorns, through the mirror tunnels, up to the top of the room. 2 BBT gates, and we're going to enter the hyperdrive. Dodge the pole in the middle, and we're going to get ready to tour the room one more time, hit the giant hex gate, and T-Dog now on lap number 3. Rab still sits on the ground, top qualifier. That's going to mean that Iron Man mode is disengaged here in the Tiny Whoop tent this year. An epic change of events. I'm watching T-Dog already through the Cyclone, between the unicorns, through the mirror tunnel, and switching up to the BBT gates by Dean Nicholson, headed through the hyperdrive at the top of the room. Tour the room one more time. I love this NASCAR section at the top at the very end of the lap, and he hits the fire, and I can barely take it. T-Dog with a perfect run. Look at those lap times, 32, 34, 26. And yeah, Agilis, champion pilot, certainly flying safe now. He needs to lock in second and gets an applause. Agilis finishing second. Rush FPV going to pull in a third, sink to the consolation bracket, but live to fly another day alongside your top qualifier for the night, Rab FPV. If I was you and I was not watching this live, man, wouldn't you want to go back and just see exactly what happened to Rab? I saw an early error happen in the deadlock tunnel, my favorite course feature on this entire course. I saw Rab have an early error there, but I don't think that's what took him out. I'm going to have to double check that.
Bumper
Yeah,
says
there he is.
T-Dog.
Look at that. Tim Barnhart joined us in the chat. President of MultiGP saying, let's go T-Dog. I'm a big fan myself. And I watched Rab. Oh, we got a new high score on the Miss Pac-Man machine. 113,000 by Seg. Props to you, man. We brought Miss Pac-Man. You can see it on the far left of your screen to the left of Lady Luck. I get a little distracted by these shout-outs, but man, what a race. What a race. And a huge turn of events for Rab, who I just watched slink across the room. He was not happy with how that went down, getting stuck early in lap number 1 and opening the door for T-Dog to rush in and take... Oh, wait. Here we're back. We're back. Look at me. I keep getting distracted.
I have a feeling, though, we're going to be seeing Rab in the finals.
I think there's a high likelihood. But you know what? Tilt is a thing. And if he can't regather his flow and get back into the mindset that he's been carrying throughout the first half of these finals, it's going to be trouble. I've definitely been thrown off by a surprise change in one. You know, what just happened was T-Dog came out of nowhere and just dominated that event, or that round after Rab took a dive. I did not expect T-Dog to ace Agilis. I definitely didn't expect T-Dog to ace Rab, but that just happened. So T-Dog now has an insane amount of confidence, which, by the way, in the past has been his downfall. When we saw him at Whoop Wars Battlegrounds, his confidence was constantly putting him down. Get just a touch cocky, start to make those turns a little bit too sharp, and slip between the gaps a little bit too tight. And we've seen him go down under the pressure, but every time you come to an event like this, it's the only way to practice these super high pressure events. And now he's got another one under his belt. Maybe he can hold on to it. Meantime, we need Rab to do the opposite, regather confidence after a pretty catastrophic crash that just took him out of the Ironman rule.
Looks like our next race is getting lined up. Looks like we have Hyper, Fairy, Engineer, and Uric.
Oh, yeah. So we're back down to the consolation bracket, if I'm not mistaken. Meaning these guys, yeah, a big upset for Rab. I saw that comment. Trim King saying, way to go, T-Dog, local fan. These guys fly together in Denver once or twice a week. But yeah, we're going to watch these guys fight for their lives because this is it.
Oh, let me make a bet on this race.
Yeah, do it. All the practice, all 10 rounds of qualifying, and Engineer, Hyper, Fairy, and Uric, 2 of them. Their journey will come to an end in just a moment after one more round. We are at match number 12. Ladies and gentlemen, the semi-finals. Yeah, next one is tough. Wimpy Dog, what's up, dude? Dude, why aren't you here? Are you? You should be. You could be. shout out to the Spirit Cat in the upper right of your screen. We've also got the Furbies cheering us on. It's becoming a Tiny Whoop motif. Actually, Wes, I don't think I told you. Yesterday, somebody came up when I was at the Lady Luck. Somebody walked up to the bar and said, I'd like to donate this, and handed me a Furby. And gave me a Furby that, like an old school, early generation, first generation Furby. Not the kind of high-tech stuff you see wiggling next to these champion pilots.
Now, I can probably guess what you did immediately to said Furby.
Well, first I removed the fur. Then I removed the skin. Then I removed Yeah, I'll show it on the live stream in a little bit. But you can kind of see what happens to Furbies around here. Fighting to stay alive here in match number 12. Hyper, Fairy, Engineer, and Uric FPV. Ladies and gentlemen, who is going to take it home? Shout us out in the comments. I'm really loving all these comments coming in. Do me a favor and drop some more. I'm on the edge of my seat for this launch.
I have a feeling we're going to see Uric take the
Epic. I would love that.
Shot. 4 pilots on the block. All right, let's send it.
See the prop start spinning. We're going live in less than 5. All 4 pilots off the launch pad. Look at that, black and white by Fairy FPV moving a little slower. It looks like Hyper's in first place right now. Hyper through the toilet bowl and into the deadlock tunnel, through the wacky wavy guys. No spanks for him. Nice save there, entering the drone zone tunnel. He's already at the We Bleed Cyclone. There he goes, spinning round and round all 3 gates. He's going to negotiate through the Unicorn, the Mirror Tunnel to the top of the room. BBT gates 1 and 2. Now he enters the hyperdrive, dodging the pole in the middle. All he's got left to do is one big NASCAR sprint around the entire party through the hex gate, and that is a lap in first place for Hyper. Currently in second place.
Ooh, Hyper is a hard hit.
Oh, I missed. I stopped to look down in second place. Hyper hits hard. He's going to regather. Made it through the toilet bowl, and nobody's caught him yet. I do see Uric FPV starting to advance. Uric now in second place. He's already through the deadlock tunnel and into the wacky wavies. But check it out, Hyper already through the 3rd gate.
Hyper's maybe having some camera issues.
He
his
is.
camera's disappearing, but his OSD
I'm
is
noticing that. Yeah, yep. So that's a. Oh no. He's going to get it together, but what that means, he's got a connection problem between the camera and the VTX. The VTX is continuously error there, or excuse me, traffic for Hyper at the top of the room inside the hyperdrive. And yeah, I see Hyper taking this at this point. Meanwhile, Uric FPV in second place bobbles on his way through the toilet bowl, but recovers very nicely. And we keep noticing over and over that the fastest pilots seem to be the ones that are fastest at recovering their errors. I'm watching in second place Uric FPV, bottom right of your screen, through the We Bleed FPV Cyclone, between the Unicorns and into the Mirror Tunnel. Perfect, smooth execution of that maneuver, and he's going to go through the hyperdrive top of the room, watching NASCAR. Hyper finishes first place, stays alive. Uric finishes second place, stays alive. And we will bid farewell to Fairy and Engineer after all their efforts here in the Tiny Whoop tent. An epic performance, and they should be extremely proud. If I'm not mistaken, they're going to go out 8th and 9th. And a nice slam to finish it off. Can you believe not one of these pilots has face punched me in the finals? Where's my finals face punch? It just won't be the same if I can't get one. Yeah, but they can't hear me. We got Dan Sagano rocking the mic for local commentary. Me and Wes on the internets. I'm just listening in. Oh man, I wish we could see that bracket over there. There's so much
Uric's
going on.
Coming up in second. They just said Uric came in second. Uric actually a local kind of to me.
Oh yeah?
In the Cleveland Quad Squad.
Oh, that is awesome. I love the Cleveland Quad Squad. Some of my favorite guys, I mean, you got Lonnie King, who I think is the president of the Cleveland Quad Squad. I love that guy. His daughter is a huge Tiny Whoop fan who has asked me to sign her face twice at 2 different events. And every time that happens, I look at Lonnie and I'm like, really? Is this cool, Dad, if I sign your daughter's face? And she's all excited about it. There's big Tiny Whoop fans at Flight Fest, you know. we just had a great time. Me and Wes were just at Flight Fest 3 weeks ago. One of the best events of the summer. Josh Bixler and the flight test crew throw one heck of an event, and I won't miss that either. It was I love I.O., but I really love Flight Fest too. I.O.'s got the 300, pilots, FPV pilots, epic pilots. Amazing, unpredictable things happen here. Flight Fest has a tent city of 6,000 to 10,000 plane enthusiasts that also love Tiny Whip and love to have fun.
There's nothing quite like putting love and care into building a foam board plane and then taking it and slamming into some other foam board planes.
Exactly, and that's what we do. Me and Wes have been going to Flight Fest together for years now. I think we've been to 3 of them.
I think it's 3 or 4. I don't even know.
It feels like more. It feels like more. At least 3. And we have the full-on flight test experience every time. We buy the plane, that foam board. It's cheap. We hot glue it together, install the components, and then crash the heck out of it. Trim King FPV saying AK is not real, period. Cyborg. AK responding with a lull.
His birds aren't real here this time.
No, he's not.
Come? Okay.
Yeah, I wish he was. Susan, shout out to you in Denver, Colorado. I'm still getting shot. Look, dude. There's just Nerf bullets appearing around us. Rab FPV, Hyper, Rush, and Uruk.
Alright, so this is still a consolation bracket. So we actually are going to see some fast pilots get eliminated right here, right now.
Yeah, and this is the semifinals. So the 2 pilots that are here in this round will go on to face, I don't know the 2 other finalists, right? I'm ashamed to say.
I don't think I have any points, but let me try to see.
Lambane saying Rab is ready to rebound. The pilots are on the blocks. The Spirit Kitty is smiling, and we're going live on the tone in less than 5. Oh no, one pilot's still sitting on the block. He got up. He's going to be okay. I'm watching Hyper in the upper right, already entering the toilet bowl. Is anybody going to catch up to him? No, he's in first place, mysteriously ahead of Rab, your top qualifier. Through the Wacky Wavy and into the drone zone tunnel, he approaches the We Bleed FPV Cyclone. He's got traffic there. Rab is pushing hard. Rab goes, oh no, what happened? There was a three pilots in that last Cyclone gate at the same time, and Hyper went down. Rab had a major bobble. I'm looking at Rush FPV, currently supposedly in 4th. How's Uruk doing? Uruk just gets past as I look down at him, and a little bit of interference on his screen.
To be having video issues.
Oh no, yeah, Hyper definitely having some video issues. This is a make or break moment for every one of these pilots, and they know it. Rab currently in 1st place. Rush trying to catch him in 3rd place, but making an approach. Meanwhile, Uruk FPV also having a few considerable errors here in this most important round as he finishes up another lap, NASCARing around the top of the party and through the start-finish gate. I think it is Rab right now, heads through the drone zone tunnel and into the We Bleed FPV Cyclone gates. Gate number 3 is going to put him through the unicorns, into the mirror tunnel, back to the BBT gates, and up to the top of the room over the guests who down at the Lady Luck. NASCAR's around the tippy top of the room, through the giant hex gate, going to crush another lap, and that is it. Rab FPV takes 1st place, advances to the final with the view of his mom.
Looks like Rush is making a catch-up on Uruk.
This is going to be tight. Uruk headed to the top of the room, a major bobble, and opens the door for Rush. Now Rush heads into the hyperdrive, dodges the pipe in the middle of the room. He's going to NASCAR around the entire room. Dan, my man, is going crazy. A little bit of a bobble through the big hex gate, and he's... Oh, he made it in! Rush takes 2nd place, and you see the hype for Rush over there. Yes! Everybody's stoked. Rush FPV, the current Tiny Whip International Open champion, ladies and gentlemen, with the epic comeback after Rab himself regathers just like we predicted and chills in the 1st place position alongside Rush in 2nd, going into finals. And from here, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be Chase the Ace. If you're not familiar, Chase the Ace.
Congratulations, very nice run through the constellation bracket. And moving on,
I'm sorry, just listening for a moment.
We got Rab FPV, our top qualifier.
That is officially
the 2019
Uruk finishing in 5th.
Championship. So
that's what I thought I heard.
Race number 11. There is no Iron Man in effect, as Rab had to take 1 strike. So first 2 wins will take it home.
We are now in the
It'll be an
finals.
exciting one.
The voice you're
Let's see what
hearing.
channels we got.
Voice you're hearing is my man Dan Sagano, the godfather of the International Game of Whoop, currently in its third and by far most successful season, where 600 pilots compete in international freestyle competitions. He's our guy going into the finals of the Tiny Whoop International Open 2021. We've been waiting for this for years. These pilots have been crushing. They went through 10 rounds of qualifying yesterday to get to this moment. We've eliminated 12 of them. Only 4 remain, and it's time to determine the podium. As soon as, we're going to do Chase the Ace. That means of these 4 pilots, you have to finish in first place twice. Ironman is not in effect. Once you get 1 first place, you have 1 ace, and everyone is chasing you. You need 1 more to win the event, and at that point, we'll add up points to determine the rest of the podium.
We can have at max 5 more rounds.
What's that? At max 5 rounds. I'm hoping for a quadruple ace. That's my favorite. I would just want more than 1 ace. Just more than 2 rounds.
The more aces you have, the more intense it gets.
Oh yeah, Dan hyping him up. He knows what to do. Yeah. He's working the mic and loving it. But look on the block, Agilis, T-Dog, Rab, and Rush. I could have predicted we would see these 4 pilots sitting on the block side by side going into the finals of the Tiny Whoop International Open 2021. The skill of these pilots is immense, and what you're about to witness, ladies and gentlemen at home, is nothing short of greatness. These pilots, as a pilot myself, I appreciate their brains, and watching them fly, I can't quite get inside their head. The way they move through the air and the way they can push air and swim their way through this course, it is magical. T-Dog's ready, Agilis ready, Rab and Rush are ready. This is it. They're arming their quads, and we are going live on the tone in less than 5.
Alrighty.
Big launch, all 4 pilots up. I can't tell who's in first. Dan's going crazy. The crowd is watching like a hawk.
The whole shot.
And I see T-Dog, a big error going into the tunnel. I see Agilis. Oh wait, Rab.
Like we have
Rab and
Agilis
Agilis. Rab already at the We Bleed FPV Cyclone through the 3rd gate between the unicorns into the mirror section. Top of the room, it's BBT gates 1 and 2 and into the hyperdrive. We're watching Rab FPV in first place, getting chased down by Agilis in second right now. Very close behind him. They tour the entire room. Rab's the first one to finish. A 29.5 for his first lap. A little bit of a bobble, and he regathers going into the wacky wavies. And now through the drone zone tunnel, watch him approach the We Bleed FPV Cyclone gate. Nobody takes that like him. Between the unicorns and through the mirror tunnels, top of the room into the BBT gates. Watch on the lower left of your screen as he tours the entire party one more time and goes through the hex gate, through the final gate, and we're on his final lap here. Oh my gosh, I can barely keep up. There he goes into the drone zone rising tunnel, into the We Bleed FPV Cyclone.
T-Dog's officially in second.
Oh, all right. I'm looking at Agilis on the ground. This is devastating. He's going to count on the Chase the Ace format to regather and still stand a chance in this event. Meanwhile, Rab coming around, and he's going to take his first ace, goes to the top qualifier, Rab FPV. The crowd is loving it. Looking at T-Dog now, who's going to do his NASCAR around the top of the room, hit that hex gate, and T-Dog takes a second place, punches himself in the shin on his way down, and is going to shake it off and get ready for another fast pack. Meanwhile, our champion, Rush FPV, finishes 3rd place. And a huge disappointment for Agilis, who went down and could not get back up.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Agilis is an acro pilot, correct?
No,
Okay.
he's flying angle.
Okay, he's flying angle.
Yep. Man, that was good. That was good. There's like a lot of stuff going on. I know it's kind of hard for everybody to watch 4 screens. We're trying to help with that. But so much action, and when you're moving that fast, like I say, try to imagine being the pilot of an aircraft moving through these course features at that speed. You know, It's just amazing. These guys know this room like the back of their hand. They know it better than a bird knows to pass through a tree. They've been studying the course layout that Dan first suggested. Then they worked their way through an entire very late night of practice. Once again, Tiny Whoop Tent open every night from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Then they went through 10 rounds of qualifying, and at that point, they know this course quite well. Rab, as you can see, tried to Ironman his way all the way to the end, but ended up having a detrimental error. And in the past, that would have been Rab's weakness. You know, in addition to getting used to the sort of social scene here, which was initially a struggle for Rab, he's definitely overcome that in the past year or two, watching him progress as a pilot and as a human being in general, as a social human. Now he goes down super hard, takes a giant hit, moves down to the consolation bracket, out of the winner's bracket where he's comfortable, where he's used to being, and now fights his way to the finals, takes the first ace, and is in the top position one more time. He only needs one more win, and he'll be the current Tiny Whoop International Open champion. I want to see it. I want to see what happens. I mean, obviously, what I really want to happen is Agilis, Rush, or T-Dog take an ace, and we'll go to a third round. And my favorite thing in the world would be if we could get every one of those pilots an ace. Have you ever seen a quadruple ace?
I believe the most recent Air Force Museum race was a was a quadruple ace.
That is incredible.
I think I could be wrong on that one, but I believe that was a quadruple ace.
Well, they do happen, and I also saw a quadruple ace in one of the summer series I hosted alongside Joe Scully for the MultiGP, part of their STEM program. We hosted a bunch of youth events, and we had one where Daniel Daylight Walston, another pilot that I'm proud to sponsor, wound up in the finals and got the fourth ace, which is so much glory, because you see someone get an ace, you see another guy get an ace, you think, oh my gosh, if one of those guys wins, I'm out. Then a third person gets an ace, and you think, if anybody wins but me, the game's over. And then he won, took the fourth ace, and he wasn't able to clinch the fifth ace. I can't remember who won that race, but it wasn't my man Daylight.
This could be it,
or
we could be going into a round number 3, depending on who finishes where in this race.
It kind of all comes down to Rab. We know he's the fastest pilot. We've seen him through practice and qualifying.
But can he hold it?
He just needs, and can he hold against the traffic? He's got tons of pressure behind him, and you know that one bobble, one turn taken too fast, it prop washes you out just an inch. Yeah, Joel Stewart saying in the chat, Greg does the best job, second to literally no one. Couldn't agree more. Here we go, live on the tone in less than 5. All 4 pilots up, chase the ace round 2. I'm constantly looking over at Rab's screen, and he's got traffic. Who passed him? It looks like T-Dog. T-Dog, first one through the tunnel into the wacky wavies. Lots of traffic and setbacks there. Agilis now in first place, but no, Rab got back in front through the Weebleed FPV Cyclone, through the Unicorns into the mirror tunnel. I still see him in the front. Meanwhile, Agilis, huge error in the mirrors as Rab gets ready to tour the top of the room one more time. This is
T-Dog right behind him as he bobbles.
Oh my gosh, I saw that bobble. Rab through his first lap. He's already got 1 ace. He needs 1.5 more laps, and he needs some luck. Oh no! Rab still looking good. Rab in the Cyclone needs to keep his pressure down. Lots going on and huge disappointment. Rush FPV takes another massive hit as Rab climbs to the top of the room, getting ready to finish lap number 2. He's going to tour around once again, takes that turn too sharp, loses a little bit of ground, bobbles, but he's got room to breathe, entering the toilet bowl. Yeah, T-Dog is pushing super hard. T-Dog, look on the upper right of your screen. Oh, he's entering about 1.5 course features behind as Rab FPV goes through the Weebleed FPV Cyclone, through the mirror tunnels, through the BBT gates by my man Dean, and into the hyperdrive. This is it, the end of the race. He's got one more tour around the top of the room. Once again, bobbles on that corner, cuts it safe into the gate, and Rab is the champion. Rab is the Tiny Whoop International Open champion, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd is eating it up. He tried so hard to take it last year, got stuck on a cube gate, fell to the ground, and went home with nothing. Now he holds the greatest title. He is the Tiny Whoop International champion. Oh, I blocked that one.
Agila's coming for you.
Agila's, I'm so sorry,
Now,
man.
I do think we have to say T-Dog did come in right at the end there, and it was less than a second behind Rap.
Yeah,
Quite a catch-up.
Yeah, absolutely. T-Dog, hat is off to you, man. I didn't expect that. Crush it. I am dying to get over there and congratulate these guys. And I think I have to because I have to go do some prizes. All right. I'm gonna dip out. We may want to go to a wide angle because I know Wes wants to come over and see the ceremony over here too. Maybe we can get the other microphone on the live stream and go to a wider angle. I'm gonna step away from the commentators' lounge in just a moment here. Make sure everything's all set. People starting to calm down now after that exciting round. I see Chris Thomas, surprised to have witnessed this.
Taking down 2 first places. Congratulations, Rab. In second place, we have T-Dog.
Rab. Second place is T-Dog. I'm going to let Dan do the announcing. All right, I'm going over. I'm going.
All right.
In third place, we had Agilus and Rush tied with 7 points. So we go to motocross rules. And Agilus finished in third in the last heat, so we have Agilus in third place. And Tiny Hoop 2019 champion Rush FPV with a very solid effort in fourth place. Congratulations to everyone who participated. Great racing. Oh man, I wanted to watch that back. You see how close he is? Oh my god.
Congratulations to Rab, the current Tiny Whoop International Champion, possibly the fastest pilot in the world. He worked so hard to get here, ladies and gentlemen. You saw what happened last year. There is no one more deserving of this trophy. Congratulations, Rab. A truly worthy champion. Oh man, that's a lot of action. You know, I was over there on the live stream just screaming and like having a blast with Wes, commentating. Don't go anywhere because from here, you guys, we've got lots more fun and games planned. First of all, tonight is the world famous Tiny Whoop Altitude Challenge. And if you want to take on, are you the current champion? Who's the I think Wes is the current champion of the Tiny Whoop Altitude Challenge, which means he can fly higher than you. Or, you know, show him up. We've got some awesome fun and games surrounding that. We've also possibly later tonight, we're looking into trying to pull off the golf cart time trial races in the field right over here. I got all the flags together. All we need is a couple volunteers to set it up. I'm gonna turn the music up. Please meet me at the bar for a drink to celebrate with Rab. Come on down to the Lady Luck, guys. Let's celebrate Rab's great victory. Ladies and gentlemen watching at home on the live stream, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I have been Jesse Perkins, and this is the Tiny Whoop Tent. at the MultiGP International Open 2021. We've been waiting for 2 years for this. We wish you were here, and we would love it if you come next year to the Tiny Whoop tent, to the entire event. Come for 3 days and party with some of the greatest people in FPV. It's our family, and we want to welcome you into it. Stop by next year. Join us at MultiGP International Open 2022, and tune in tomorrow night for the World Cup of drone racing. This is the Super Bowl of drone racing. It's the MultiGP International Open World Cup tomorrow night. Well, we'll watch the greatest talent in piloting, period, head to head. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for hanging out. Good night.